Welcome, welcome, everyone. We got folks taking pictures, having a good time. Can we make some noise? I know you're all excited to be here today. Well, we are live with Midnight Society here at the HyperX Arena in sunny Las Vegas, and we have so much to go through. Snapshot 7, we've got competition, glory, interviews with some of the creators bringing DEADROP to life, and most importantly, we're here to have a really good time. So without further ado, I would love to bring on two of the masterminds behind DEADROP, Rob and Quinn. Yeah. Rob, did you hide Quinn away somewhere? What happened?
Quinn!
Quinn!
I'm here.
Gentlemen, welcome. This has gotta feel great. I know how excited you guys are every time we do one of these events, but this time you got a lot to show off.
Yeah, this is, you'll hear me say it later, this is the most ambitious snapshot we've had. They keep getting bigger. This community keeps getting bigger. These events, we've talked about it ever since we met in LA, and I see a lot of faces who were in LA with us. Benny, where's Benny at? Benny has flown in for every live event from Austria, LA, Texas, and now Las Vegas.
That is incredible. Can we make some noise, please? That is amazing, that passion.
There he is.
There we go, there we go. And Quinn, look, how are you doing? We got applause. People are excited. I know you are too.
Yeah, I'm excited. I'm conveniently late. Thanks for, hyping me up, bringing me down the stairs. That was a lot of fun. No, we are so grateful to be here. We don't take anything for granted that this community, what we've built alongside everyone here. So thank you for showing up and be a part of this. And we're just excited to be here. So thank you.
Yeah, and look, we've got a lot to cover today. I know we're going to be starting out with a lot of great creator interviews and some other shenanigans to get underway, but then we'll get to the meat and potatoes later on, where you guys are going to join us once again on stage to talk about everything that's been teased for Snapshot 7 and beyond.
Yeah, so get comfortable, get relaxed, enjoy a drink. We're going to be playing games, we're going to be diving deep, and then once we're done on this stage, we're going to be hanging out and talking about what you want to see next, how we can dive deep, where we go from here. So I'll see you guys in a bit.
We'll see you in a bit. All right, gentlemen, it's time for us to go. Thank you, everybody.
We are here in the lobby, and I have a very special person I want to introduce you all. You may know him, you may not, but Mr. Mayor Reynolds himself. First of all, excited to be here for Snapshot 7, right?
Oh, so much. My wife and I are here from New York, so long trip, but very excited.
Yeah, I'm sure there's like people out there that are like gauging who flew the farthest. New York's pretty far, man. Have you been to other Snapshots before?
This is my first one that I've been to in person, so it's been a great experience.
That's awesome. Well, we've got a lot more in store, but we've got to talk about you and specifically the DCMs, right? A huge value add to Snapshot 7, and you got your hands on it early. So talk to me about your specific mode, because I know you spent a lot of time on it.
Yeah, so I got to work on Infection, and I really think that DEADROP's version of Infection long-term can really be the most unique version of Infection. So what you're going to play in Snapshot 7, there's the knife, which is brand new and super exciting, plus that basic, asymmetrical gameplay, which is exciting. But DCM is going to evolve over time, and so are our DCM modes, and that's what's truly going to be amazing to watch.
Yeah, that's a great breakdown. Infection is one of the fan favorite modes out there, and I know you're excited about it. My favorite part is what you were talking about, right? The brand new melee, and you were talking to me a little bit beforehand, like you really wanted to feature the melee specific knife in your game because that was brand new to Snapshot 7.
Right, yeah, people are really going to be able to put it through its paces, you know, it's something that's new, and that's part of what the snapshots are all about too, is testing things and giving feedback to the team so they can adjust it. So in Infection, people really get to use that knife a lot when they're infected.
That's awesome. Well, I was told I'm not allowed to leak anything yet. We've got a lot more that we get to reveal, but there is some things that you and I know about how they're evolving the DCM. So you were talking about that just a second ago. Like, you've got plans to not only take your infective mode that you've already made, but you've got plans to expand that as new updates come out for the DCM.
Yeah, DCM, the whole mode is, and the tools that creators will have is really going to grow over time. And that's what's amazing is we can take these modes and start them now, but as DEADROP grows and as the community grows, we can evolve those modes and add new features, and that's just going to be an amazing experience to participate in. Yeah,
I was having a lot of fun. I actually had a chance to play your mode. I had a little bit of play testing as well, and I don't want to reveal too much. Gotta be one of my favorites. There's like 7 you could have chosen. Why did you specifically choose Infection, though? Was it just because of that melee, or was there other things to it?
As in, I'm a long-term Halo fan, you know, so coming from that background, Infection's just one of those fun modes. Anybody can jump in really quickly and just have fun. And that's what we wanted to add, is something that was just fun. Anybody could jump in and really put the tools of DEADROP and get familiar with them right in their hands. Yeah, that's super, super cool. Well, I know you're kind of a long-standing fan of DEADROP. You've been around the block, so I want to give you a chance to shout yourself out, because obviously you're featured on the DCM page, but also you've been creating like a lot of DEADROP content, right? Yeah, so I did the biggest thing. I have a YouTube channel where I do plenty of DEADROP content, but I did a live action series set in the DEADROP universe, which went over pretty well and was a ton of excruciating work, and we're really proud of what we did because it's something that's truly unique. Wow. Yeah, that's amazing. So you did like a full live action like film of DEADROP like specific content? Yeah, so it started off as it's like a short series, but it all adds up to like a short film. It's about 18 minutes, and it stars my variant, and yeah, scripting, acting, you know, stunts, everything. We did it all. It was a lot of fun. Dude, that's amazing. Well, okay, so people, they need to find you. Mayor Reynolds, talk to me about your name, because all of us, like, in a gaming space, like, I'm Goj, like, I'm one of the hosts, like, nobody knows what that name means, but Mayor Reynolds, we were talking about it, like, specific because you were a mayor before? Yeah, I was elected mayor 3 times, and back at home in New York, so that's where the name comes from. I didn't just make it up. That was kind of my actual name to a lot of people for a while, and I started streaming while I was a mayor, so just ran with the name, and it stuck. Dude, that's awesome. Well, we've got a lot to reveal with Snapshot 7. Talk to me. We already talked DCMs. I mean, the Midnight Ride, like, were you expecting that to come with Snapshot 7? Like, I know there have been some hints and links, but quick kind of feedback. Obviously, they're showing us some new stuff. Yeah, so I was expecting it in Snapshot 7 because they kind of hinted at it, but what I wasn't expecting is they're going to look so damn good. Like the graphics that they've done, you know, like this early in development. Like, you can see the reflections on the road and the gameplay and stuff. Like, everything looks very good already. It looks awesome. Well, we're going to head to a very short break, but don't go anywhere. We got a lot more people to talk to. Snapshot 7's already kicking off so hot.
Hey, I am here with American Dad outside the HyperX Arena. First and foremost, a really exciting time here. How have you been enjoying so far?
Oh, I love DEADROP, love events, live events. You know, you get to meet all the people that you played games with. You know, you get to meet new people. So stuff like this, my favorite thing.
The atmosphere, honestly, has been absolutely incredible. And you yourself, especially with these new creator tools, you get to be now a part of DEADROP and having this team deathmatch mode. So how does that feel, being able to be a part of this game like that?
You know, it's pretty cool. You know, I started cheering about 7 years ago. I've always been, you know, a big fan of Doc. So being able to be a part of this in any capacity is so cool to me. I was a TDM dude growing up. I don't know, a lot of people played, you know, Search and Destroy. I like TDM, so being able to have my own mode in the game is crazy.
So is that the reason why specifically you wanted to be going with this team deathmatch, is because it is something that you've grown up with and it's something that's familiar that means a bit more to you, or is there other reasoning too?
I think that's what it is. You know, it's a personal thing. Again, I don't know why, but I always enjoyed TDM than, you know, Search or anything like that. So as soon as they asked me if I wanted to do something like this, I was like, I'm in. So.
No, that is definitely super cool. Definitely excited to get to know a little bit more about that. And you're saying too for yourself that you're a big fan of DEADROP. What does it most stand out to you about this game that's still, you know, in progress?
I will say this, and I've said it since I started playing. The movement is great. I'm a big fan of movement in games. You know, you see a lot of successful games out there. Part of the reason they're successful is the movement. The movement is good. Player-to-player interaction. You know, you have the proximity chat. That's going to make for phenomenal content. You know, and people like to talk trash, so you know that's fun. So I just think prox chat and then movement is what's really important to me when it comes to a game like this.
Well, we're definitely getting a lot more things added too. So you're talking about these things that are important to you. Is there anything that you're kind of hoping to see going on forward? Because now we got cars, we're getting all these creator modes. What else is kind of on that list for you?
I'll be honest with you. When they announced, you know, vehicles and stuff like that, I was hoping that there was going to be, you know, being able to customize your vehicle and stuff like that. That's what I was looking forward to. It looks like it's going to be that way. So other than that, I don't know. I'm just gonna have to wait and see, because like every snapshot that comes out, it seems like they're adding so much more new stuff, and being able to play it in this early stage of its development is crazy. So.
No, it's definitely been really, really cool to be able to see how it's coming along and add anything else. Before I let you go back to the event, do you have any final words for those fans watching?
Don't let me catch you in the game. Don't. You don't want to get eliminated by me, dude. You don't want that. I promise. And I'm gonna try so hard.
You better watch out, everyone. All right, as for us, we're heading to a quick break, but stay tuned.
All right, we have made it into the arena, and we have another interview here. I've got Carmel with me. Now, Carmel, you got to feel the energy. You excited to be here?
I'm very excited to be here. The energy here to see everybody here, from variants to claws, from everybody in the DEADROP community is just electric. I love it all.
Man, you've been a part of the DEADROP community for a while, but we got to talk about the DCMs. We've been talking about it all day today. You had a chance to create your own as well, so talk to me a little bit about your mode in particular.
Yeah, so my mode is called Enforcer. It is literally your classic Juggernaut mode. You're looking at a heavily armored NPC with a fully kitted unlimited ammo LMG, and you're really going to get in there and tackle the variants, and the variants are going to have a common enemy to come in there and try and crush the Enforcer in the tower.
Okay, so I had a chance to play it a little bit early, and I had this massive smile on my face when I had the LMG in hand. You know, I was like, okay, 60 bullets, but I got to reload. You don't have to reload. It's incredible.
Yeah, absolutely. You're going to go and go and go, and then you're going to take the spot as the Enforcer if you take him out, and then you're going to keep on going and going and going, and it's just going to be, you know.
Yeah, and classic kind of Juggernaut mode, right? The Juggernaut has massive increased health, and it's that one common enemy. So what inspired you to make this game mode in particular, the way that you built it?
Yeah, so honestly, I tried to make a play on it. Obviously, I'm Caramel, right? So I wanted to have this niche on the Enforcer where he would have this cloud of smoke that kind of slowed you as the score kept getting higher, as the game would get more intense and as it went along. So that's kind of the theory behind it, yeah.
That's awesome. So do you have kind of a history with like the Juggernaut mode? Is that something you played growing up, or was it just like, oh, this is me, I see it?
Honestly, because of the role I take on in the community for Midnight Society, Enforcer just kind of felt like me. I'm part of the Night Command in Midnight Society, so Enforcer just kind of felt like my mode.
Dude, that is awesome. Well, Snapshot 7 has a lot that we could talk about. We already talked about the Midnight Ride with a couple of our other interviewees, but I want to take a second and talk about the community, because you've been a part of the community for a long time. So tell me about that kind of story, getting a part of this DEADROP community.
Yeah, we were all part of the Day Zero community like a lot of other people here. I got involved very, very early. I applied for Century, and we moved through the ranks, and I kind of became more part of that community team as we went along, and it's been an amazing time spending time with everybody in the DEADROP community. So.
Have you been to other Snapshots before, or is this your first one?
I've been to literally every one. You've seen me at every single location so far.
I love that. So, okay, is there a chance that today you might actually meet some of your community members for the first time, or have you met most of them already?
I have met so many of the dedicated DEADROP community founders already, but I am looking forward to meeting absolutely everybody else who I haven't met already today.
Well, there you go. You heard it here first. If you haven't met Carmel, what are you doing? Come meet Carmel. This guy's been around the block. He knows what he's doing, and he was one of the people that created one of our DCMs. So excited to play your DCM. Now, I got to ask you one more question here. When it comes to the DCMs, do you have plans to kind of expand your featured DCM, like as more updates release?
Yeah, honestly, we've already kind of brainstormed a couple ideas. We have kind of this Dead by Daylight kind of mode that we're going to go for with the Enforcer, so I'm really looking forward to kind of expanding on that and kind of bringing a new twist on the Enforcer mode.
That's awesome. Well, Caramel, thank you so much for joining me here in the interview. I think we're actually going to be talking to your twin brother here shortly, Peppermint. I think he's here, so we'll go talk to him in a second. We're going to head to a very short break, but when we come back, you're going to see somebody that looks a lot like this guy. Don't go anywhere.
Hello, everyone, and I am here with Peppermint at the HyperX Arena. First of all, how are you enjoying everything so far?
Dude, the atmosphere is electric. It's awesome, really. I can't wait to see what they got in store for Snapshot 7 there. I'm really excited for the drive to the tower. Just want to hop in the car and do some teams that way. The Twisted Metal feel was really dope, so, yeah.
Well, let's dive right into that then, because of course we're all here for Snapshot 7, and there are so many cool things introduced. What do you think has been your favorite new thing introduced so far?
Well, I'm really excited about the UGC content. I can't wait to see what the community puts out. I think everyone's got a lot of good ideas around there. I've seen that the Capture the Flag mode looks awesome, Enforcer looks awesome, but yeah.
I'm going to put you on the spot a little bit then. Which is the one that you're most excited for, that new mode? I mean, if you're saying it's not caramels, that's okay. You can be honest.
I think the free-for-all mode, a lot of people are going to enjoy, and I believe that was Kubi's level. But I think getting that, the practice, that'll help with the tower as well. So like getting those 1v1 interactions or those shots dialed in, I think the free-for-all mode is going to be a better like practice for the vertical extraction mode.
And then if you had to make your own content for the game, is there already a mode that you're kind of thinking like, hey, this is missing? I would love to get my hands on this.
I don't know what Caramel said, but I think creating something like a Dead by Daylight type mode where you're turning on doors or turning on things like that and would be awesome. But
I think that's exactly what he said. Y'all are on the same page, that's for sure.
Talking about it on the ride down here, so we were like bouncing ideas off each other. It was really fun.
I'm excited to hopefully see that down the line. And you mentioned too, now there's the drive to the tower, this extra dimension to the game. It's really quite unique. So how are you really feeling about this?
I think I don't know exactly how it's going to work, but I do think it's a really sweet feature. No other game has done anything like this that I can see. I think the fact that we can customize our cars out right now with the different skins and plates is sweet. The different varieties of cars that they got in for founders to get as well is awesome.
And then, of course, we're all here to see all this news for Snapshot 7. Tell me a little bit about you with DEADROP, like how long you've been everything else.
I mean, we've been here since pretty much the beginning. I'm one of the sentries. Caramel's a Night Command mod there, but we just try to be as interactive as we can with the community. Think of fun events to host. We do the Friday night DEADROP, Saturday night DEADROP, so just try to bring everyone together like that, and it's really fun. Really good community.
I think that's definitely one of the most unique parts about this game too, is the community that has already been built so early on. So what do you really hope to see going on forward to really encompass more of that community feel?
I mean, really, I think once everyone starts playing everyone's UGC maps, it's going to be, there's going to be name dropping. Oh, I just tried this map. I just tried this map. So I think the fact that the community is going to be able to play a lot of each other's maps is going to help solidify all that. You know what I'm saying?
100%. And then is there anything that you want people that are coming here to experience Snapshot 7, experience this community feel, anything that you want them to be really taken away from this?
I mean, really just have fun with it. From what I've seen, it's really, really polished, looks really nice. So, it's a really exciting game. Yeah.
It definitely is. Thank you so much for your time. As for us, we're going to be having a little bit more right after this.
All right, I am here with another amazing interviewee. Desh goes by Desh, please, on your socials. Okay, first and foremost, I gotta ask the same question. Are you excited to be here?
Oh, I'm so excited, Gosh. I am so excited to be here.
Well, I've got word that you might be playing some today on main stage, by the way. Now, they call me Leak Goj. I don't know. I just say stuff. But you're playing today. Now, there's a couple things we can talk about here. One, I heard on some other titles you actually go by a very interesting name. What is that and why?
I do. So I've been a fan of the doc for a long time, and I love play on names. So my character is Dr. Desh Respect, the better doc. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, okay, be careful, because I think you're playing against the doc, all right? But
Yeah, I'm just kidding.
well, okay, I'm excited about that, but you're going to have a chance to play. In terms of Snapshot 7, what you've seen, is there anything in particular you're the most excited about? Like, are you pretty good at racing?
I mean, I wouldn't say pretty good, but I love racing games, and I'm so excited about the car aspect. Like shooting out of the car, the midnight ride. The trailer looks sick. I'm so hyped for that.
Yeah, it's not just racing. We're trading lead and paint, right, on the racetrack, so you could definitely lean out the window. Okay, so is there somebody in particular that you're trying to beat on stage?
Okay, well, Lupo did take me out in Snapshot V a while ago, so my eyes are on him today to return the favor. So keep an eye out for that.
That's awesome. So you're at Snapshot 5. This is Snapshot 7. Have you been at any other Snapshot as well?
Not in person. This is my first time at a live event for Midnight Society and Snapshot, so I'm so excited.
Yeah, that's awesome. We're really glad you're here. We're excited to see your gameplay on stage. Now, shout out your socials, because Desh please on socials, but you do other things besides just live streaming music?
I do, yeah. I'm on Spotify, Desh Please as well. Yeah.
That's awesome. What type of music do you make?
I call it cry pop. It's kind of like sad, catchy music, but hey, the doc, let's do a collab, because I feel like the vibes, similar.
The vibes are very similar, and I hear the doc has a fantastic voice, so I think you guys combined could actually be an insane collab. Well, we're really excited you're here. Maybe we'll get you to sing later. I don't know, but we're really excited to see you play on main stage. We talked about cars. We talked about a little bit with some of our other creators, the DCMs. Have you had a chance to take a look at what some of those DCMs are yet?
But I heard, is this where they have a Daylight team? Dead by Daylight type thing. Yeah, that looks really hyped. I played a little bit of that, so that has me excited. All the different modes that they have coming out, super hyped.
Well, I'll be casting over your gameplay, so show me something special. This has been Desh, please. She's awesome. See her on main stage. We're going to head back to a very short break, but when we come back, we've got a couple more interviewees.
Welcome back, everyone. I'm here with Dr. Lupo. First off and foremost, how are you doing? How are you enjoying the event so far?
I just want to put this out there. It's good to be the most respected doc that streams in the room. Can I get some what's ups from everybody in chat, please? Hello? That's what I'm talking about. I just hope that when we get into the driving portion of the game, Doc's car has a booster seat in it because that guy's little.
We have not even started the match yet in the trash talk. You're feeling so confident in this. But Snapshot 7, we actually added quite a few new things. So how are you feeling confidence-wise going into that?
One of the notes that I made last time when I saw the devs was to make sure they include a walker for Doc because he's so damn old. But seeing diverse gameplay is going to be good, something different than we haven't seen from a lot of extraction shooters, with the exception of Doc being the first one out literally every single game.
Sounds like this is personal going into this. I'm excited to see this gameplay. You're going to have to beat him to the tower, though, first. And you were talking about the car aspect. How was your experience with that driving?
Listen, I'm a fantastic driver. I've seen Doc in his little Lambo or whatever that thing is. He barely fits inside. I'm not worried in the slightest, okay? They make slow lanes for old people like him for a reason. Meanwhile, the rest of us young bucks should be out there crushing it, you know what I mean?
Love it, love it. And then being able to come out here to Snapshot 7, being able to see everybody here, you know, talk your talk. How are you excited and how are you feeling just about the development of DEADROP going forward in general?
It's good to see him try and push the boundary of what extraction shooters can do. There's a lot of fresh competition out there. There's a lot of old school. I think anybody in here played Tarkov, games like that before. I don't know if you know this. I put a couple hours into that game. I wouldn't recommend it. And it's been good. But seeing Doc try and do something different, something to push the envelope of what a lot of people have seen of repetitive gameplay and gaming, it's been nice. It's been refreshing, you know. And it's going to be good to dominate him every single time we run into each other.
We got a couple nice words, so we're making a little progress over here. What's super fresh as well is we have all this user-generated content. We're having all of these different modes. Is there a particular you're kind of looking forward to?
At the end of the day, it literally doesn't matter where you put me or what you put in my hands. I am just out here to have a good time, obviously, and embarrass the old man at his own game.
I love it. I love it. So then, is there anything else that you're trying to accomplish out here, or is it literally just you have to prove you're the best doc?
No, I think the number one thing on my list is he's got that motto, VSM or whatever, kind of silly. I think we're going to change that to Violence, Speed, and Centrum Silver for his old bones, so.
So then at what point of this, with all this domination that you're talking about, are you going to just try and take this game over from him? Because you sound so confident in all of this.
Yo, Midnight Society, listen up. If you need somebody to really do a good job with this thing and not just complain about audio, you hit me up, all right? You know the email address. I think a bunch of you guys are up over there. You let me know. I'm there, okay?
Well, we can hear all of your fans out here. Is there anything in particular that you would like to say to those who are cheering you on and are going to be watching with bated breath as you're out on that stage, you know, with all this domination and stuff?
Just look forward to every clip I can produce of Doc getting absolutely shit on.
That's a good place to end this one. Thank you so much. As for us, I mean, we're going to have some great gameplay later, but a little bit more first. Stay tuned.
Well, we are back with the one and only Z-Laner. If you're a fan of Z-Laner, there it is. I don't even gotta ask, my man. You got a lot of people here that love you. Of course, you work a lot with Doc, but are you excited to be here?
Oh, of course, man. Last time we came out, I'll take the mic. I'll take the mic.
Oh,
you give me the mic. Yeah, last time I was out at the Texas event, we took a big dub home. I don't know if anyone remembers the win that we got with the sniper. It was a hot shot action moment for sure. The sniper's pretty crucial, and I'll be proving that today. You know what I'm saying?
Look, man, I love it. We're going to talk a little bit more about that, but we're about to get into gameplay. Dr. Lupo's already talking trash, but he's only talking about the other doctor. What do you have to say to Dr. Lupo in particular?
What was he saying in particular? Who was he talking trash to? He was talking trash to me, or?
Oh, no, the thing is, he didn't even mention your name.
He didn't mention my name. All right. I'm not going to say any words to Dr. Lupo. I'm just going to let my actions speak louder than words. When we get on the stage, I'll show you.
There it is. There it is. Look, Z, I've casted over your gameplay probably 1,000 times. Violence, speed, and momentum is your kind of category of gameplay. Talk to me about what that means, what it means to be here in particular, to kind of embody VSM and obviously all this history you have with Doc.
Well, dude, this is just, everyone always shows insane love every time I come out to these things. So first and foremost, like, thank you all for just always showing mad love to all the stuff that me and Doc do and everything I do. Sorry, man, I'm hitting you. But yeah, I'm just excited to play and excited to prove that the VSM will be very locked in. So yeah.
Dripping in heat, my man. I love it. Well, okay, people in the chat have been spamming that like we're brothers or something. I don't know if people see it. Do we look similar? Do we look similar? Dude, I'll take that all day. That is premium gas. Hey, any final words, any more trash talk, anything you want to say to the fans, people at home maybe that are watching you?
Thanks for tuning in, guys. I freaking love you all. Let's go.
I love it. I love it. Hey, we all love Z-Laner here. One more time. Can we get it up for Big Z? Amazing. All right, that's all we've got here. We've got a lot more coming. Snapshot 7 is just getting started. Don't go anywhere.
Welcome back, everyone, to Snapshot 7 here at the HyperX Arena. I am joined by the one and only BMIC here to see all the action, have a great time. So most importantly, how are you doing? Are you hyped for the event?
Absolutely. I'm so excited to be here. Las Vegas has been fantastic. HyperX Arena is amazing, and I'm really looking forward to Snapshot 7. This is going to be amazing.
How excited are you about the Midnight Drive?
I'm really excited to see more aspects added to the game and just see how high we can take this even before release.
Are you smoking everyone on the initial drive? I gotta know, right? Are you beating everyone?
I've definitely been taking my notes, been watching some creators, got my AD in, so I'm excited to see what we can do in the game.
Yeah, and look, we've got so much to reveal today, as Bimic has said. In just a short while, we're going to have some of the best joining us on stage to explain everything that's going on. But what I want to know is, when you're here, have you been to any of the previous Snapshot events in Dallas, LA?
I've not been in person, but I've been working behind the scenes on the broadcast crew for some of the remote ones. So I've been keeping my eye on the creators working on the broadcast side and been taking some notes along the way, so look out.
Oh, so we have inside scoop. That seems might be an unfair advantage.
Nothing that I've seen on Snapshot 7 yet, but I'm really excited to see what we have.
Wonderful. Well, Bimic, thank you so much for joining me. I hope that you have a fabulous time at the event. And again, of course, in just a few short minutes, we will have folks coming up onto stage to tell you everything and more about the Snapshot Midnight Society and everything that they have prepped. So, Bimic, thank you. And we'll be right back after a quick little break. Welcome back, everyone, to the HyperX Arena. We have a very special guest joining us, Sage of Zed. And I got to ask, first things first, are there any new cocktails you've come up with for the day?
Well, as a matter of fact, if you guys have seen my videos, we have the Claw, the Cleaner, and the Variant already. But for this particular snapshot, we did something very special, made with black steel bourbon. You'll be able to see that on YouTube at Sage of Zed. And it is called the Midnight Ride.
I love that, aptly named for Snapshot 7. Now, you are a familiar face at these events. Have you been to every one? I know I saw you at Dallas last.
I was at the Dallas event. I missed the New York, the first event, but I was also at the LA Founders event, which was really awesome. I've tried to absorb the experience the best that I can. My family has 4 variants, so I'm committed.
Committed, I think, is a great word for it. And look, there's so many folks like you who are so invested in this product because they believe in it. So what are you hoping to see experience today?
Well, I really want to see the physics and the art of the new cars, because it's something that we've looked at, but we haven't actually gotten to play with. So I'm really psyched about the Midnight Ride and just all the new improvements. I know there's so much in this new snapshot, and I'm excited about everything, really.
Wonderful. Well, Sage of Zed, thank you so much for joining me. And again, make sure if you're not trying out these cocktails, you should be sooner rather than later. So before we wrap out, can I get one more shout out? Where can they find your Midnight Society inspired cocktails and content?
That's at YouTube at Sage of Zed.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. Now, don't go anywhere. We're going to jump to a very quick break. But when we get back, it's time for all the Snapshot 7 information you have been waiting for. need y'all to get loud because I heard you were cheering for someone who's off stage. We've had some incredible creator interviews, the folks who are invested in this game. And look, I see some cosplays out there, and there's a gentleman off stage who I know you want to hear about for all things Snapshot 7. So please, without further ado, can we put our hands together for Doc, Mr. Two-Time, Sumit, Rob, and Quinn.
Yeah.
All right. This is it, Snapshot 7. And as you've already been seeing from the tweets, you've been seeing in the video, you've been seeing in the pre-show, this is the biggest snapshot that we have ever done. And for the first time ever, the entire development team is here to celebrate alongside us. And you, Doc, how does this feel, man?
Incredible. The HyperX Arena. Wow. Who's ready for Snapshot 7? All right.
Man, the dev team, these guys have been working so hard for the last 20 months. And we can't wait to show you what we have for Snapshot 7.
Hey, we are so excited to be here with each and every one of you. And when we set out to create Midnight Society, one of the things was we wanted to change and redefine the industry, right? And the way we wanted to do that is we wanted to get best in industry talent, which we've talked about, the game team, and combine that with the very best community in gaming, you. So you're excited, we're excited. Let's all take a look at what's coming in Snapshot 7.
Are you guys ready for that? We got a little bit of everything. A little bit of driving, a little bit of combat, a little bit of driving combat, but most importantly, a lot of UGC. This snapshot is introducing more than we've ever done in a single snapshot, and we have laid the foundation. I've talked a while about laying the foundation for this game so that we can build on it together, and we are now at that transition period. And for the first time ever, we are opening it up to anybody who wants to join this community. You guys, everybody in this room has been with us on this ride for a while, and now we are handing over the keys, giving you the ability to control where we go from here, but most importantly, grab a driver's key and start customizing how we do it.
So let's talk a little bit, just a taste about the driver's key. What you get in there is you get exclusive wraps for your car. Now I know we've seen a little bit of the car, and we'll get in that in just a second. But you get exclusive wraps, you get exclusive license plate, and in there is exotic crates that give you over 100 customization items, okay? So the customization items, this is just the beginning. of how we want you as players in DEADROP to be able to customize not just your car, but even yourself in the world. And you're going to see even a little bit more of that we're not talking about right now, but you'll see it in Snapshot 7. Now, when we talk about the car, do we want to see a little bit more of that? You want to see a little bit more of that? Because I want to see a little bit more of that. Okay, let's do it. Let's check out what we got coming when it comes to the car in DEADROP.
And this is just the beginning of how we are going to be using this vehicle in DEADROP. For us, in the vertical extraction shooter, this is how you get from your pre-game lobby, your player hideout. It's going to be coming back soon. This is how you get there to the refiner state, and man, you're going to have fun along the way.
Yeah, what you've got here, this is our first time showing off the entire gameplay loop right here in Snapshot 7. The entire gameplay loop of DEADROP. Hideout, you got to get from that hideout to the refiner state. We've always talked about that. This is just the beginning of that. You have your car, you get to the car, and you saw some stuff in there that was really cool, but it's not just your standard racing game, which is kind of crazy. When we set out to do this, even the game team were like, hey, I thought we were making a first-person extraction shooter. Yes, we are, but we want to make something that when people look at this, they're like, what is this? I thought they were making a first-person extraction shooter. What is this car shenanigans? We're like, hey, we want to be, again, change the industry. We don't just want to do shooting stuff all the time as a first-person shooter. We also want to have different kind of skill things like how do you drive your car? But not just how to drive your car, how do you shoot while driving your car? Because we'll let you have choice as a player to select what kind of loadout's going in. And if you have SMGs, pistols, small arms, firearms like that, you can then shoot at other players while you're racing to the refiner state. And that is huge for us. And this is just the beginning of the car, not just in DEADROP, but how we take it further in when we get into our user-generated content. So let's all take a look at what we got going on there.
All right. You've seen what we've decided to do with the vehicle. Now we want to see what you guys do with that vehicle. This vehicle system is going to be available in creative mode. Make a racing game. I don't know, make high-octane CTF like some of our creators already have and is playable in Snapshot 7 right now.
Now, we're saying high octane, not that low octane stuff. High octane.
Get it out of there.
So the car, what you saw in that race to the refiner state in the core DEADROP experience, you bet. We unlocked it so you could use it in user-generated content, and it'll be in Capture the Flag. It could be in other things that you want to do. This is just the beginning. And you'll see content creators, people in this community that had a part of it, of what you'll see in Snapshot 7. And this is what we're so excited for, is that it's not just us on the game team making all these decisions, calling all the shots. We literally want to work with the community as we're building the game. We put our egos aside, we check with you, hey, what do you think about this? What do you think about that? We're trying to even do better about getting surveys out to each and every one of you. What do you think about this? And so this is just the beginning, and also this is early, this is pre-alpha. So there's things that you're gonna see that like, hey, you know what, there's some bugs, there's things, but that's okay, because we signed up for this. We didn't just want to go out there and do pretty demos all the time like you see at E3 and all that other stuff. This is literally the state of the game. There's no dog and pony show here. This is legit. So when it comes to what we're gonna get into user-generated content or dead drop creative modes, let's look at it right now. Let's all take a look at that.
Getting the chance to bring one of my favorite all-time modes into the dead drop existence has been incredible. I knew once they started teasing the new vehicle gameplay that I had to find a way to incorporate it into my mode. Welcome to High Octane Capture the Flag. 2 teams, 2 flags, lots of speed.
When I heard we would be adding vehicles to Capture the Flag, I knew we would need something entirely unique from the verticality-focused maps I've been building for our core extraction experience. I wanted to create an open foundation that would really let Joker's vision for high-octane Capture the Flag come to life. Don't worry though, I also built variations of different sizes for those looking to craft a tighter Capture the Flag experience.
Woo. We're just getting started, baby. We are just getting started. That is just one of the many DCM modes that we are already featuring. I see American Dad right here. He's got Team Deathmatch hiding in there. We have Free For All. We have Infection. Oh, creator of Infection right there. This is all about bringing diversity, your favorite mode, because I'm not gonna fuck around with you. Vertical extraction shooter's hard, all right? I'm gonna play it hard, but when I start slowing down for the night, I wanna go to something casual. I wanna just have fun. I wanna mess around. And that's what DCMs are all about. And let's dive in and look at some of the other stuff that we're doing in DCM modes.
That's right. So right here, we've looked a little bit at Capture the Flag. 1 of 6 that is going to be available in Snapshot 7. And Rob is right. I mean, we love extraction shooters. That's what we're making Dead Drop for. But we also want to make a place where people can play other things. And that's the way we look at it. It's not detracting from the core Dead Drop experience. It is actually adding to it. Because if you're in the Dead Drop universe, then you're with us. And that's what we want to see. Where can we hear more about that? How do you want to get excited about creating these kind of things? So when it comes to user-generated content, we are all in. Like literally, we are all in. And this is like, people thought it was crazy that we're doing this early. Like the game isn't even done, it's not even out, all that kind of stuff. And we're already going into user-generated content and reaching out with content creators such as yourself. We want to embrace the crazy. We're okay, we're a little crazy. We embrace it. We're okay with it. And so, even though it makes us a little nervous sometimes to let go of some of that control as game developers we kind of have, it's okay. Again, we're changing the industry, and we want to be about that life. So, let's show a little bit more about some of the user-generated content, or DCM modes, that you'll see.
When I was given access to create a DCM, I wanted chaos. Every class for themselves in a fast-paced, score-based, free-for-all mode. I wanted this to feel unique from the rest of the Dead Drop experience, so I took out loot crates and pickups. I added a series of loadouts that are on rotation, and there's a little surprise for those who find themselves in the lead.
Cooper's ideas for how to bring free-for-all into Dead Drop really took a lot of things that we had designed a certain way and turned them on their head. It created a unique experience, combining a lot of aspects of the game that now play completely differently.
I know, I hear it too. It's the sound of angels singing. Why? Because Team Deathmatch is here, baby, and it's fun as hell. You're gonna have 2 teams of claws fighting it out, battling it out, eliminating each other to reach that score limit. But you guys should already know, of course I'm gonna throw a little bit of my own spin in on this, okay? You guys are gonna have a score limit of 69. All right, you guys are gonna have random loadouts. Are you not a fan of the loadout that you're getting? Don't worry about it. Why? Because there will be loot that spawns within the map. Again, that loot that you're gonna be wanting to get to though, not gonna be so easy. You're gonna have a lot of player interaction to be able to go and obtain that loot. All right, also, if you guys are going ballistic, you're the guy that's going crazy on the map, getting all of the eliminations, you may or may not have a bounty on your head. I don't know, we'll have to find out.
Classic Team Deathmatch is such a staple of first-person shooters. We were really excited for American Dad to put his own unique Dead Drop spin on it. We wanted to make sure our creators had all the tools necessary to help their visions come to life. TDM was the perfect excuse to get bots into the game and to help test out and refine this new team-based DCM.
Gun Game is a little more than just one of my favorite game modes. It's the game mode that me and my partner played in the early days of our relationship that brought us closer together and solidified our love of game. I spent a lot of time thinking about what gun game would look like with DEADROP's unique feel and weapons. By the time we were finished, it wouldn't have done it justice to call it gun game. So welcome to my new DCM, Arsenal. I cannot wait for DEADROP Creative to expand because I have already made a number of new weapons that I know will make it into my arsenal at some point in the future.
Arsenal offers an excellent platform to showcase a player's versatility or to refine a player's skills across all weapon classes. I know that OMA Monster prepared something especially fun for this mode.
I really wanted to create something that had never been experienced before. It's fast-paced, chaotic, and asymmetrical. That's Infection. When I found out that we were going to have Melee and Snapshot 7, I really wanted to put that front and center and focus the mode around that. The result is a round-based experience, which is intense, the odds are always changing, and every game plays out different.
When we first started to see some of the creators make their own DCMs, we knew that it would change the entire experience of DEADROP. Mayor's Infection mode brings an entirely new way to experience the game, and it's been really fulfilling for us to do whatever we can to help make his vision possible. Now that we've added the tools needed for his version of Infection, all players are now free to use them in their own DCMs.
Welcome to Enforcer, my new DEADROP creative mode that takes the cleaners in a whole other direction, giving a player the opportunity to cleanse the tower and giving the claws a common enemy. I wanted this fight to feel as intense as possible, so that means a heavily armored, unlimited ammo LMG equipped to a tank. Get ready to drop in.
That's right. If you like the challenge and you don't mind being creeped out a little bit by the cleaners, this mode is for you. We loved experiencing what one of our own Knight commanders did when given the keys to create a DCM.
They looked incredible. Rob, Quinn, Katie, everybody did an amazing job introducing that. But Sierra, we're like getting prepped up here because the games are about to start and we've got some fan favorites behind us. The crowd is going wild, by the way, if you can't hear it. We've got some incredible players from a modicum of different titles all coming together to experience DEADROP Snapshot 7 together.
And that's why we're all here, right? So I cannot wait to be getting started and being able to see all these creators come out, try and prove that they're the best out here, because, I don't know, we got to see so much in Snapshot 7 to be excited for, and I feel like some riveting gameplay is just going to be that cherry on top.
Yeah, I mean, you had a chance to talk to Dr. Lupo, and all he was doing was trash-talking Dr. Disrespect, so I don't know how it's going to go. The doc was telling me he's going to be slamming some people here shortly, and it looks like I think he might be making fun of Z later on his controller. That is cool, though, right? Like, DEADROP, obviously, you can use controller, you can use mouse and keyboard, whatever your kind of native input is, you can use it, and they've been increasing support for that. But so much we can talk about as we're getting our players prepared. Obviously, you see American Dad, who created one of those DCMs on the stage, Dr. Lupo, who had a chance to interview, Dr. Disrespect, Z-Laner, but a ton of other, influencers, creators, like I was saying, from all over the place.
And I'm really excited to, once we get into things too, because one of the things introduced in Snapshot 7 was this ability to drive into the tower to get things started, and that will be able to be our first little peek of that and how that's going to be changing the game going on forward.
Yeah, no, it's a great shout, right? The Midnight Ride is what we're calling it, and it's awesome, right? You go kind of from your player hideout all the way up to the tower. It's such a cool experience. You and I had a chance to actually get a sneak peek on it. Obviously, the audience here saw videos. We had a chance to play it. The car mechanics, so sick. It'll be fun to watch these players kind of learn them on the fly. Like, everybody's walking in kind of fresh slate saying, okay, let's learn our mechanics of our vehicles. Now, I think there's a couple things to note about the vehicles. They go very fast, right? Yeah. Violence, speed, and momentum for a reason, speed in particular. We're talking 150 miles per hour, so I think something that these players will learn is turning very quickly, going 150 miles an hour, a little bit difficult.
Out of the gate, I'm already expecting every single player to right away be hitting one of those barriers around the court, not realizing how fast these are kind of turning. As well, the ramps, there's a really good way to be gaining more momentum, kind of sneak up on your fellow competitors there. You got to be careful because if your driving skills aren't quite up to par, well, you might be caught a little bit lacking, to be at a little bit of a disadvantage once you get into the tower as well. But as well, with the cars driving there, a chance to be practicing their shooting just on the way.
Yeah, right. That's the cool thing. Like if you didn't catch it a second ago in some of the videos and the explainers, we'll explain it here on the desk as well, because you'll get a chance to see several of these races here on main stage. First and foremost, equip a pistol. I don't know if the players can hear me. Equip a pistol or an SMG. If you don't, you can't shoot, okay? You want me to say that again? Equip a pistol or an SMG, otherwise you're not going to be able to shoot back as everybody else is shooting at you. But you can shoot out of your window, right? It's really cool. You kind of lean out and take some shots, so make sure you do that. But we get a chance to see some of the players here on main stage. Just a good friend of mine, Squatting Dog, hopping in here. This guy's next level. Can we hear it for Squatting Dog? There it is. We got a couple fans of Squatting Dog, a lot of fans at home. This guy is no stranger to the creative side of things. I know he's excited about DCMs as well when it comes to Dead Drop, but they're the two doctors chatting it up. Looks a little bit more friendly than maybe Lupo was planning on being, but we'll see.
You got to keep your friends close, right? You got to keep them unsuspecting going on for it. But I'm excited too, of course, when we're looking at people that our competitors are wanting to be going into here. You know you're going to see some great gameplay, because of course there is distractions, there is ways to be getting out the loot, getting out safe. I'm really hoping that we're going to see that all-out bloodbath, as everybody's going to be going for this Dead Drop.
Yeah, that's the thing. Every time we've done these snapshots, obviously people like Z-Laner can win it all. They have won it all. Nobody's going to be trying to extract early. We're not just trying to grab our loot and run, right? We're trying to be the last person standing. But what's cool about our player list here, we've said several of these names. Obviously you had a chance, if you were listening to the pre-show, that's Desh Please on your screen right now. Had a chance to interview her. Really excited to see her play today. But we also have a couple founders that actually earned or won a spot here through kind of one of the contests that the Dead Drop community did. So we've got Killer Joy and Crimson playing today over there on the far left-hand side. Let's give it up for our founders. There they are. The crowd loves them. We love them. We love all of our founders, and excited to be a part of that as well. So some other names here. We've got, I think we had, we got Dr. Disrespect. Yeah. We're getting everybody prepared and into the matches as soon as possible. And I don't know, this is really exciting, Sierra, because we get a chance to kind of show the first raw actual gameplay, right? We've seen some video, we've seen some really cool graphics, and it is all gameplay, but we get to see kind of raw gameplay from these players as they learn what Snapshot 7 is all about, which is really cool. We get to kind of learn alongside them, and it's something that Dead Drop and Midnight Society does that no one else is doing. We're pre-alpha, right? And we're getting these type of snapshots, this much transparency, just really, really cool to see.
It's really cool to see it evolve going on forward as well. So already the game seems, I mean, it's so much fun to play. It's so much fun to be dropping in, and to see that expanding on further with ideas such like this Midnight Ride going even just to the tower, and how far they're willing to be pushing the boundaries on it when we're just in a pre-alpha state is so exciting. And being able to learn alongside the players as the players get to hop in and actually see the game that's kind of sprawling out in front of them, it's just a really, really exciting opportunity. And I think a really exciting time for the fans that are along and following with the game as well, because obviously this feedback, the input is all heard. I don't know, it's a really exciting time.
Yeah. No, I was listening to the AMAs. If you haven't had a chance to tune into some of the AMAs on Twitter or Discord, you definitely need to. Rob hosts a ton of these amazing AMAs and is always super transparent, and is basically like, hey, be as critical as you can. Not mean about it, but critical. We want to hear your feedback. We're willing to listen and want to implement what you want. So it's been really cool to hear that discourse, as well as just kind of all of these reveals. And then some of these things, like, nobody knew were actually happening. The Midnight Ride kind of came out of nowhere, and it's this really cool new addition to Dead Drop. Now, I want to take a second while we have it, because the players are getting all set up, everybody ready to go, logged in, and everything in between. I want to talk about what that Midnight Ride is and how it actually operates, because I think there were some questions around that, and if you haven't had a chance to pop into those AMAs, you might not be sure exactly how it works. First and foremost, everyone races, right? You hop into your own vehicle. If you grabbed one of our driver's keys, you should definitely do that, by the way. Then you can obviously customize your vehicle that way, but everybody hops into their vehicle, and everyone's trying to make it to the tower, right? And as you're driving, like we said, you can shoot at each other. You're not only trading paint, like Quinn likes to say, you're also trading lead. You can blow each other up, but your vehicle always respawns. You will eventually finish. Even if you're really bad at driving, you will make it, and you'll still be able to play. The key note is that you're going to be able to drive up to the tower and pick a spawn point. There's different sectors, right? And you pick your spawn point. There's a limited amount of vehicles that can go into that spawn point, And if you're the first to the tower, second, etc., you'll have first access to that tower, which is really, really cool. You'll be able to see that here on main stage. There is kind of an incentive for racing and being the first to the tower, but at the end of the day, everyone will make it. So if you're somebody that's super focused on gunplay, right, you're still going to have that regardless.
Which is really nice because then it adds this extra element to the game itself, because you not only want to be able to pick your spawn point, but you also have a couple of moments to kind of breathe once you actually get to the tower. You don't have to worry about getting pushed up on right away. You can kind of go and get your loot. You can kind of look around a little bit in that moment of peace if you are just that good at driving your car all the way over. So it should be really interesting to see too, out of the get-go, what type of advantages people will be able to take forward into the game, being able to just have that extra few couple of moments.
Yeah, no, we've had a chance to talk to a lot of the community members that play all the time, right? And so they already are dominating the playing field every single time they log on. So, you know, maybe our founders are going to have maybe a small advantage here because they're playing the game all the time throughout each of our snapshots. They know a map well, right? And maybe they know which spawn point they want when they realize, okay, this goes here, I want here because I want the best loot, or I want to work from the bottom all the way to the top. I want to already have high ground. Those are the types of conversations you're having as you're driving to the tower and, of course, taking out vehicles along the way.
I'm just excited to see, too, with how new this driving is, just how chaotic that is. Because we're talking about, yes, the founders, like, they're going to be good at the game. I'm excited to get into that and really be able to see them put in that work. But with the driving aspect being so new to things and how these cars operate and just the speed and that high octane, it'll be really fun to just see the absolute chaos before you get into a little bit more of that gameplay that's a little bit more, you know, strategic. That's a great word for it. Perfect.
Well, okay, you might play strategic. I am pushing everything. I mean, I am high octane all the time, and I know a lot of our players at home love to play super aggressive. But then there's a whole category, like a subset category of our vertical extraction shooter populace that likes that strategic gameplay, likes to go in, get all the loot they can, all the collectibles, and then extract out. That is a possibility here today, right? Some of our founders or some of our players on stage might elect to extract early. That's part of the game. Will we see that a lot? Probably not. Everybody's going to be slaying each other out, trying to grab that victory. But that's the best part about the game, in my opinion, is that you get to play the way you want to.
And it's really nice, too, because there is the loot goblins that like to get to the tower, and you want to make sure that you have the best weapons. You want to make sure you have bandages in your back pocket. You want to be set before you're actually getting into engagement. So the Midnight Ride to actually add this level of, all right, we're going fast, we're going hard, we're getting to the tower right out of the gate, adds a really fun adrenaline level to it all. So if you are going to be that person to sit and loot goblin for a little bit, you can have that high-paced moment before you chill out a little bit.
Well, you know, we were talking to Dr. Lupo about it before. I know Ames is here as well, and there's a lot of our creators that are well kind of accustomed to this kind of extraction shooter playstyle, but the vertical extraction shooter is obviously a little bit different. Some of them have experience in other snapshots. Some of them may be here for the first time. So it's this wide variety of experience when it comes to DEADROP in particular that we're really excited to see who comes out on top. And just excited to reveal the gameplay to the public. Cast it over, you know, high aggressive gameplay likely. It's going to be a blast.
And to see who's going to be taking that lead. I mean, you can talk all the trash you want in the world. You can say that you're about to be the best player out there, but I'm excited to see once we get into the game, once we get to the tower, we got to see that talk come to life out here. And I'm excited too to see who's going to be just right out of the gate. I want to make that impact. I want to be chasing down those kills. I want to be a name in this lobby that is feared.
Well, I want to take a moment here while we're still getting this game set up to talk about those driver key packages in particular. You saw a really cool video about the driver key packages and how you can kind of customize your vehicle heading to that midnight ride, right? There's a couple different driver key packages. The Dr. Disrespect driver's key package, gotta be my favorite. All of these driver key packages actually come with 5 exotic crates as well, which is really cool. You heard Quinn talking about the variety that you can find in those crates, but the Dr. Disrespect driver's key package is that Blackbird car wrap. It's super sick. So nice. And then you get the 2-time license plate. Tell me you're not excited about that. But a couple other ones, of course, the Hotshot driver's key package, the DEADROP driver's key package, and then the Midnight driver's key package. So pick one that you like. Go check it out. Again, that's midnightsociety.com/drive. You can learn all about it there. Very, very cool. But hey, I think our game's almost ready here. Our players are getting set up. I got to hear it from people in chat because I can't talk to the audience down here. They can hear us. I can't hear them. My question for chat, because we've got a lot of viewers all over the place, not only in our main channels, but also on all of our co-streams that are all over the place. We see you, founders. We see all your co-streams.
We appreciate you.
We want to hear who you think on stage is going to win the very first map of Dead Drop. All right, so type it in the chat down below. Who do you think's going to win it all? Is it going to be one of our founders? Is it going to be Dr. Disrespect himself, or the other half of Drippin' and Heat Z later?
It'll be really fun to see who everyone is voting for, who everyone's cheering on. I feel like we might be a little bit biased in this case, so looking at the doc over there, but hey, I mean, for good reason. But definitely want to know your thoughts on just all of this stuff. Even who's just going to be making it to this tower first, who's going to be able to drive. When you're talking about the drivers, the ease and stuff, yeah, the flare is necessary. We don't talk about that. The aesthetic is next level, and you need to have that top aesthetic gear to really put yourself on that next level.
Oh, of course. We got to look good while we're playing. What are we talking about? Of course. All right, the word on the street is the game is about to be ready. Z-Laner posing for a picture, ready to rock and roll. Mr. Inspector Gadget himself taking some photos with everybody around him. There's Carmel, too. It was fun talking to some of our community members that have been around for a long time, right? You heard it from Rob. Been working on this for like a year and a half. And we've had community members that have been here since the beginning, which is so cool to see kind of the support from the beginning, because you don't see this from a lot of game development companies, right? The transparency so early and building up a community so early. It's one of the things that attracted me to Dead Drop from the very beginning. I actually had a chance to be at the reveal event in LA, and it was some of the most infectious energy that has been replicated here for Snapshot 7. The energy has only risen over the last year and a half. There has been no kind of lull amongst the community, and it's been so cool to see.
Especially too now with this addition of the user-generated content and getting these different modes that, I mean, anyone could be making. I mean, you're talking about, yeah, it's so cool to see Armo there. Well, he created a mode too. We got to talk to so many different individuals who had created these modes, and that adds just a next level of this community engagement, being able to see their work in this game, but also just so much more fresh takes on the game as well that I'm so excited to dive into more. And will require its own strategy, its own little pacing, because some of those modes look absolutely chaotic.
Yeah, no, totally agree. And it's really cool, too, because obviously we have our 6 featured DCMs. But once you're into Snapshot 7, you can actually go and create your own right away. Like, it's that easy. If you're interested, you got to go check it out. It's very, very cool because you can kind of tweak some of the game modes, the kind of respawn timers, the game rules. Like you heard it from Carmel, he was able to make LMG. You never had to reload. I mean, the Juggernaut kind of playstyle is so fun. I had a chance to check that out as well. So once you get your hands on Snapshot 7, I promise you're going to be impressed.
I want to know, though, which one you're most looking forward to, and just what the general community is looking like and what they're looking forward to. Infection, right off the gate, instantly caught my eye. That looks like this next level terror if everybody's chasing you down with these melees that I don't think could really be matched.
Yeah, when I was looking at the DCMs, Infection's going to be sick. I really like the Arsenal DCM that we didn't get a chance to really talk to OMA Monster about. Arsenal's super cool, right? It's a play on gun game. He was able to pick, hand select kind of some of the weapons that you get to use, and every single time you grab an elimination, your weapon changes. And it's so fun. Obviously, a mode, gun game in particular, that I grew up playing for so long. It's kind of nostalgic, and he was talking a lot about that in the video as well. And I'm sure those videos are going to be posted on socials. You got to go listen to them. They're very, very cool to kind of hear the stories behind our featured creators and their DCMs.
Especially with how creative these DCMs are getting. Because looking at this capture the flag mode that we have there too, it's something that already utilizes the cars that have been added into the game. So already, all these different elements coming together to create this next gameplay and be kind of stepping outside of that box that's only going to be expanded on, really showing that there's not really too many rules once we get into this content that can be created.
Yeah, the high-octane capture flag, so fun. What's cool about that, too, I don't know if you heard it in the video, but the developers were talking about they even created variations of that map for the high-octane capture the flag. So if you actually load in with less players and you want a more kind of arena-style capture the flag, you can do that as well. So it's almost variations amongst the DCMs as well. It just kind of shows the longevity that the DCMs will have, especially as things get added down the road that maybe haven't been revealed yet. So excited to hear more and more about the DCMs and everything that they're able to do behind the scenes, while also hearing from Rob saying,
hey, we are focused on VES. We're focused on the vertical extraction shooter side of things, and the DCMs is this massive value add on the side.
And it's really cool to think that with the lack of boundaries, that this could really go anywhere. There could be somebody who's sitting right down in the ground right now who's hooking up the spiciest game mode that maybe we'll get to see down the line. The possibilities are really endless, so I'm really excited to see what the general community has cooked up and be able to play more of these modes going on forward.
Yeah, there's a lot of folks at home co-streaming as well. Again, I want to give a shout out to our founders and everybody co-streaming. I know we're all excited about Snapshot 7. I did get word, by the way, Sierra, the game is almost ready. We're finally about to hop in for the very first game of Snapshot 7. Couldn't be more excited. So thank you all for being patient. This has been such an incredible event. We wish you were here. Definitely come to the next one. There's going to be more of these down the road, and the energy here is always electric.
Yeah, I mean, you can see with the crowd, you can see with the interviews, you can see with everything that's going on that, hey, once Snapshot 8 comes around, maybe you should be getting that ticket in advance. You want to make sure that you're here, especially too, you never know where this game's going to go. I wouldn't have bet my money on Cars in a million years or anything that's already happening at this pre-alpha stage, so it's good stuff.
Yeah, all right, as we get into game here shortly, again, we're gonna start with the midnight ride. So everybody will hop in their vehicles, whether they have their custom wraps or not, and then they're gonna be racing to the tower. So you might recognize the map that we're on, but this midnight ride will be the first time seeing it here in person. It's gonna be so much fun, and we'll see who maybe gets a little bit more aggressive with their pistols and SMGs. As a reminder to players, if you can hear me, if you haven't equipped a pistol or an SMG, you're gonna have a problem. You're not gonna be able to shoot back. Headphones are on, we're leaning forward, noses on monitors, we're ready to rock and roll here shortly, CR. And let's get in to the very first game. Give it up for the Midnight Ride.
Already out of the gate, we're gonna see everybody, up together. We'll have to see who's gonna be taking those first shots going on forward, who's just focusing on piloting that car and getting that to the finish line.
Look, these cars fly. Look at this. And there are ramps everywhere. You can see all of our players spread out. Dash right in front of the player on screen, but not in first gear yet. And Dash is not playing around, already shooting back. And as somebody spawns in, we're having chaos, wrecks, and everything in between on the map. And again, I don't know if every player equipped a pistol or SMG. I don't know if the player on our screen can shoot back or not, but they're racing to the finish line.
That's the best part. You're always going to be starting the game off with chaos. We told you, those cars, you got to be careful. Once they start spinning out, they're just so hard to get control back of. At this 150 miles per hour speed, of course, but I think pretty calm at this point as everyone's just focusing on driving on over. You got to watch out for those corners, though.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Either brake or what have you. But you can see some of the things on your screen right now. Obviously, you can talk about miles per hour. And we're moving pretty fast. Vehicles flying everywhere. But down there, you see the E in the Q. The E is our NOS boost, all right? We've got a boost that will send you flying, especially if you hit one of these ramps, which I think everybody's going to go for. Can you make it into the parking garage? Yes, we can. Where do you go from here, though? You're going to have to drop off or find an exit shortly. You can see on the left-hand side where we're at in the track. Now, I don't know. Can we get some bounce? Oh, yeah. We're landing that. The orange markers on the left-hand side, those are going to be your first kind of spawn points you're going to be looking for. So when you see a green toggle on your screen, that's the spawn point exit you can take. There's a total of 4 of them, so we'll see which of these spawn points these players take along the way.
And being able to control your own destiny to head into the game off at the gate, whether it's the spawn point that's going to be giving you that best loot, something you're more comfortable with, it's such a cool way to be able to start off the game.
Yeah, down at the bottom of the screen, of course, you can see the health, and we're losing health dramatically, trying to get into the spawn, and I think we've grabbed our first exit. Take a look at this cinematic.
So close, almost didn't quite make it there at the end. The shots raining in. The cinematic was so cool.
This is your exit to the tower, and it looks like we're hopping into control. We'll see where a couple other people decide to spawn in from, but a couple other notes on your screen. Obviously, the health 500 Q is actually a way to heal yourself. So you can see that spawn point was closing and turned red. That means, well, it's already been taken up. Too many people have entered here. Go find another one. So here's another one of those spawn points.
Yeah, you have to make sure when you have these races, you got to be on the ball to try and make sure you can get that spawn point you want. If you're spending your time crashing into those walls, you're missing those ramps and you're falling right off of the edge, sure, you're going to make it to the tower eventually, but you're not going to be able to really pick where you want to go. You're just going to be dealing with scraps and leftovers.
That's right. You want autonomy, you better get there first. Well, we're already onto the map. Dr. Disrespect, He might have been the first one to the tower. I'm not sure, but all I know is he's already looting up. And this is what we talked about before. If you're just tuning in for the gameplay, reminder, if you're the first one to the tower, or the second one to the tower, etc., you're going to be the first one actually on the map as well. So you've got a moment of looting up and kind of adjusting to your surroundings, grabbing whatever loot you can if you didn't come in with anything. And of course, we're on vertical extraction shooter, right? The VES mode. So you're going to lose things here if you go down. This is kind of our tried and true, kind of the namesake here with Dead Drop. Of course, if you're the last person alive, you'll achieve that dead drop.
Yeah, and you want to make sure that, yes, there's a couple different ways you can do it. Oh, right off of the gate, that's going to be dangerous for everyone else in this lobby, that's for sure. And of course, looking at the participants that we have on stage here, I'm expecting that despite the fact you can go for that dead drop or you can go for that extraction, that these are players that are going to be fishing for those kills. These are going to be the players that you hear footsteps, you're going to be running full speed ahead.
I don't know if the people at home can hear the crowd, but right when Dr. Disrespect picked up that sniper, I heard the crowd go wild. They're always excited to see what he can do, sniper in hand. Has a long history of doing so, and I think he's feeling pretty good on the map as he equips his weapons. Of course, if you haven't had a chance to play any of the other snapshots, you might not know what's going on. Of course, there's a ton of attachments you can put on guns, and some of the gadgets like the zipline thruster, a really cool value add from the last snapshot to go back up a zipline rather than letting gravity do the work.
Yeah, definitely have to make sure that's something you grab out of the gate, that you do not want to be in a situation when people are coming around you or anything else that you find yourself without that one pivotal item. We're on other ends though. Not quite the same weaponry, so we're gonna keep looking here.
Find ammo. I think I'm hearing some shots as well, but we're able to kind of slide down this ladder and try to find out where everybody's at, of course. Watch out for freeze. Slowly but surely working our way around the map, looking for some loot. Sniper in hand, not a scope in hand yet, but if I know anything about these creators, they're pretty good at pointing and shooting. So it may not need a scope. Probably gonna see some headshots and some heads fly.
Especially too when we're looking at the tower, we're looking at these vertical extraction maps. These snipers are incredibly insane. These angles that you could be hitting, being able to hide out. We got a high hideout here though. Kind of going around that top extraction point, and that's gonna be the engagement instantly down. Already 3 kills on the board, going for a 4th.
Shooting bodies already. I don't know who it is, but they came to play 1-2 and on 1 HP. Sierra, talk about cutting it close. Time to heal up. This is kind of the high ground, right? This is about as high as you can go here on the map that we've seen now for a couple snapshots, and I love kind of getting here first. We talked about the verticality. That's what makes Dead Drop so unique of a title, the vertical extraction shooter, the difference, the pushing the boundaries that Dr. Lupo talked about. Holding high ground, always a big win.
Already with so many people booking it to the top too, try and get that high ground advantage. You don't want to be one of those last people that's trying to be pushing up, because you are going to be at the mercy of those already looted up that are just sitting and waiting for you at this point. Looking at this though, there's the sniper in hand. Oh, 40, but first shot miss.
Looks like Lupo's spectating. Maybe the trash talk didn't pay off for him. Dr. Disrespect looking for another angle, finds it. SMG from distance. The doc doesn't miss. Another elimination his way.
Sniper not needed in that case. That will be someone else's problem. Somewhere else down the line, the SMG is going to get it done. At this point too, just take your prize, get a little bit of loot, start looking for the next victim.
Yeah, that's the thing too I love about some of the last snapshots and some of the value adds is you can not only open up people's bags and, you know, take care of some business, look around for some loot, you can also just grab their bag and move it to maybe a safer spot, right? And the doc's always going to be prepared by making sure his settings are exactly how he likes them. Apparently no problem with SMG from range, but so you can hit his next snipe that he finds. And I think this is where you might see him encounter a couple other players that maybe elected to get to the top first, right? And of course you do have a couple lives here, so if you do go down pretty early, have a chance to kind of get back without any loot, have to loot back up, and well, you don't want to run into the dock if you're doing that.
The extra lives is always nice, but it gets into such dangerous part when you're looking down the line. Oh, get out of there, bud. Get out of there. This is dangerous territory. As players are already claiming the top, just waiting for those that are trying to be pushing up. And if you die while trying to get to the top, your stuff might as well be gone. You're not going to be able to get that back in the same game.
Of course, again, this is shipping hub. This is the roof. We call it the roof. This is the kind of last extraction point. There is the chopper extraction. So a moment ago, the dock goes down. Oh my gosh. Now, did I say or did I not say? They don't need scopes. They're hitting shots. They're clicking heads. A sick shot from whoever that was. I'm going to have to shake some hands after that one. Holy.
Someone's taking that clip. They're posted everywhere. What a shot, and that is going to be loot for Doc. Look at all the pegs up top. This has truly been a bloodbath up on the roof.
Yeah, I think we're looting Doc here. We got plenty of items to find, but pistol in hand. Now, here's the problem. Watch out for the Harvesters. They go crazy. Already down to 4 HP. I don't know if they know it. Gonna shoot back anyways, and oh, that's Cardinal grabbing the elimination.
We're just waiting down the line. Hey, let the Harvester do the damage. You can go in for that cleanup right after, but this is where things can sometimes get scrappy because everybody's trying to loop back up, or like some of these weapons that people have, not nearly as great as when you came out of the gate finding a nice sniper in a box.
Yeah, the Harvesters are scary. I gotta say it. I may or may not have died a couple times to some Harvesters, but back with Dr. Disrespect's perspective. Again, if you go down, you can respawn, but you come back with a pistol and a dream, quite literally. So Doc doesn't need anything more than a pistol, to be honest with you, but we'll see. Maybe he can find a couple weapons to ease the burden of responsibility to find a few eliminations and then either get that dead drop title or extract out of there.
And at this point, too, with all of this most likely being looted as everyone's already made their way up, things can get so difficult with just that pistol. The dream part really having to come into effect. Gotta hope that you try and sneak up on somebody or try and clean up the scraps like Caramel did in that previous encounter.
Yeah, maybe play around the Harvesters a little bit. I don't mind that strategy at all. But back to the roof we go, and again, somebody's got to tell me who this is because I'm scared. And we see some bodies down below, likely some Harvesters, maybe a couple players as well. Looking for some shots from distance, and 1, 2. Woo! Okay. Yeah, we're... Oh no! We're going for trick shots? We're going for trick shots on main stage? Honestly?
Respect.
So much respect. I love that.
Hey, you don't lose much if you miss it, but you gain everything if you hit it. So let's go. And up on the... So that is going to be Harvester kill.
Clean them up, Doc. Clean them all up.
Clean them up.
Cleaners, everything in between, just get them all. Doc's now taking the trash out, the Harvesters. There's quite a few. I'm going to be honest, if he stays down here with the pistol, it might be a little bit difficult, but Doc knows what he's doing. Always does.
That's what he's doing. He's got a nice little high ground position right now with that little pistol in hand. And hey, you said if anyone can make it work, it'd be him, so I'm excited to see that.
Gonna keep looking for some loot though. Auto pistol in hand. Clean up a couple, not worried about him. Doc doesn't need to shoot any bots. He's ready to rock and roll.
You want to find the bots that are on the stage with you at this
right,
point.
yeah,
that's who
exactly
you're looking for. That's who you want to be taking down so you can get this dead drop of your own. But a shot from behind, try to be looting the peg. Just get it out of there, pick it up, take it somewhere safer, and hope there's something good in there.
This is high IQ gameplay. It's like Doc's been here before. We're taking down guards from distance as well. Another perspective live on screen. This one with the scope, a little bit easier to hit some of these shots, but it looks like there's 6 players left on the map at this point. Out of our, I believe, 12 on stage. And it looks like final phase of extractions here coming up fairly shortly. Uh-oh! Wait! Did we think that was a Harvester? What did we think was going on? Did we just miss it? Peppermint, my man! On main stage. Doc on 2 limbs.
Oh, you gotta shake that one off, bud. You gotta shake that one off. And that is gonna be, that was the sniper with that scope. That's gonna be back in Doc's hands now. And I mean, you're getting this high ground position. You can start taking those shots.
I like it. We can connect. 1, 2, looking. Oh, re-hit. That's 70. Can you clean it up? Close.
A third, fourth lease on life from distance.
This is Doc playing with his food. We all know it, right? He's
Okay.
throwing some warning shots down, like, please, peek again. Shoot back. I don't shoot people with their back turned. Shoot back. Burn, baby!
They always repeat. They always repeat. That's going to be the 3rd kill. Just 4 left. Getting into this later game.
No, I was looking at chat here, Sierra. There's a lot of names being thrown around, but Dr. Disrespect's certainly one of them. Let's see if he can earn that title. The first winner in Snapshot 7. Shots going back and forth. Doc in trouble. Down to 17 health. Re-peeking, no healing. Have to clean up SMG.
Try and take this a little closer, but no health left. But
Finds
getting
it!
the angle is gonna find the kill nonetheless. And now just 3 left.
Doc is putting on a show. Little to no heals to see if he can find some maybe on his body. He's gonna find a bag, grab it, take it to a safe position. Again, Doc with the 5-head IQ. Tons of heals. He is gonna be prepared going into this final 3. The big question in my mind is who else is left? Certainly not Dr. Lupo.
You can't call him out like that, man. You can't call him out like that, man. At this point, though, just 2 more to be taken down to be claiming this first match here, your own game, and be able to show everybody on that stage to not mess with you.
Check the time in the top right-hand corner. Everybody's trying to get to the roof. Again, Doc on 4 eliminations out of 12 players. Pretty impressive. 3 total left on the map. You can see the freeze rising. People are slowly going to be creeping up here. If they've been playing this kind of slower strategic gameplay, or maybe they respawn down below, probably grab the scraps of loot. Oh, there's one peeking down below!
This behind the crate, but has to be pushing up. This is such a dangerous little bridge, but what a shot fired off in return, bringing him down to just a sliver of health. They need to reposition, get out of there to bandage up.
I don't mind this play at all. I think you can back up. You have high ground, and they're pushing the equation. Josh can be able to heal a decent amount. Re-picking at 74. Slowly but surely get back there. No! Was it from behind? I think the 3rd player came in for the 3rd party, or maybe just the shoulder was enough to take the Doc out, but a top 3 finish for the Doc. Very, very strong. Might be able to get one more respawn in time, but here comes the looting. Take everything the Doc had. It's certainly some of the best loot out there. And I think this player is saying, I've got 6 limbs. I don't need a scope. I want the iron sights. I'm hitting my shots.
If this is the same person that hit that sniper shot earlier with no scope, then yeah, do not put a scope on that. Way too good. But getting in this later game and having this loot, I mean, this is where the fights can really start up. You can camp it out, or you can be aggressive and go in and lurking. 2 very different gameplay angles at this point.
Yeah, 2 totally different play styles, right? You're kind of taking this high ground position, playing slow, playing angles. Doesn't have an elimination yet to write home about. Just been playing this kind of slow, methodical gameplay. Their goal, not to have the most kills. Their goal is to be the last person standing, but trying to kill a few guards in the process. The Doc is back, by the way, back on the map, killing some harvesters, trying to get some semblance of loot to get back on the battlefield. Oh, no! Hey, wait a minute! Wait a minute! Harvester might be able to take it out. No, Scout finishes him off. Look, I'm telling you. Takes out the players, but low on health, re-peaks, and a Scout finishes him off. Great stats, though, over 1,000 damage, 5 eliminations, 3 cleaner kills. Into the day, a great first map for Doc. And the big question in my mind is who won it all, Sierra? Is the map closed out? Is the first map done and dusted? Who is the last remaining player?
We gotta know who we're celebrating here. We gotta know who's the one to be feared and to look out for on the next map. But already we got to see the people who were coming out to play some of those shots. I'm still thinking back to that one sniper shot, that no scope. Instantly, it was amazing, and that's the stuff I'm excited to see going on forward.
Well, and I don't know, I might have an inkling that it might be one of the founders. I don't know who was last alive. It might have been Crypto Stash. I have no idea, but whoever it was, if you were the one using the iron sight sniper, I think some people at home were probably yelling and saying, hey, this is what I do as well. It's such a strong weapon, especially if you can hit your shots. And if we have some of these players that have experience on this title, they know they can use that sniper. Close, medium, long range, doesn't matter, they're hitting.
This sniper, honestly, once you get one of those in your hand, it is such a strong weapon in this game. And it's definitely one that I gravitate towards right out of the gate. There's so many nice little windows, nice little angles, and if you can get one of those high ground spots, it's so nice as we got to see players book it to the top right out of the gate. They know the strategy, they know what's up, and I'm excited to see in the second game if it's going to be a similar thing with that straight to the top.
Yeah, and we're actually going to take a look back at some of the highlights from that last match. If you enjoyed Snapshot 7, drop some likes, drop some hearts, subscribe to all the channels. Let's take a look back. And some early encounters. This was a re-peak at 1 HP with the dub and the body shots. I don't know who that was. I'm wagering that was Z later. He loves to shoot bodies.
Also just an animal. You're gonna re-peek the, you could have tried fall it off, you could try and heal up, have a bandage. No, just re-peeks and gets the kill. That is the confidence that we want to be seeing going out there.
Gosh.
That shot, man.
I don't know if they were trying to grab the record. Here's Z looking for the, oh no. I think that was that a bad reaction or a good one? I don't know, maybe he was taunting him after that. Maybe it was Z-Laner hitting those shots.
Maybe.
But great shots downrange again. Goes for the trick shot. That's a true content creator right there. Doesn't matter if it's a cleaner or maybe a real player. Always looking for the content farm. Oh, and this is where we saw Dr. Disrespect get the better of Peppermint. And I think it was just a total misplay there of not seeing him or maybe thinking he wasn't going to shoot back. Maybe a cleaner, I don't know. But even still, some great plays in the very first map. And the flank on the right-hand side, saw it there on the replay. Doc, frustrated about the loss, but a big smile on his face because the gameplay's been awesome.
It's been so good. And hey, you got some sick kills going on in that first map, and you got a chance at the second one to bring it back. Get that dead drop, get that first place spot, and going into this, everyone's going to be warmed up, which is crazy to say after the shots that we saw hit that first time around. So this is just going to be elevated.
Yeah, I think there was some secret warming up going on behind the scenes. I don't know what our creators were doing beforehand. People were hitting, though. I mean, the shots were incredible. SMG looked very, very strong, obviously. Close range and medium range even. Doc was able to showcase that. Let's give it up for some of our founders on main stage. Yeah, they've been playing fantastic. It's good to have some of our founders up with our creators. And then, of course, some of our creators like American Dad that created our DCMs or otherwise. It's been a fun kind of variety of content creators, streamers, and everyone in between.
For those that create their own modes, I'm excited to see them once they get to do that and show this mode that they've created, that they can be that master of that. But I'm excited to see as well who's going to be the master going on in our next game as well to start things off. Look at that. It's like, we got to see more next time, bud. But hey, we're excited then to see who's going to be coming out of this gate, especially too. That was a lot of the players' first experiences driving the cars on the way. It was pretty tame all around. I want to see the shots this time around.
Well, the two-time back-to-back blockbuster champion. This guy's next level, ready to lock it in. Z shooting body, shooting people from distance. Look, Sierra, I don't know if you see it. Like I was saying before, we got Crypto Stats joining us as well. Apparently Z and I look kind of similar or something. I don't know.
It's uncanny.
I don't have the gameplay skills, but I had a chance to interview Carmel as well, showcasing community support, and obviously one of my favorites. He decided to go for the Juggernaut game mode in particular, right? And had a lot of fun building that. But Sierra, what did you think? First map done, Midnight Ride overall? Feeling pretty good?
So good, honestly. This is some of those players' first experiences of Snapshot 7, this whole brand new edition with this Midnight Ride going in, and already I'm surprised at how cleanly some players were driving those cars already, taking the ramps, hitting some stuff, and already the shots and like making sure that they can be trying to take that momentum out of the gate. So now that players are a little bit more familiar with it is where I'm hoping we get to see that bloodbath we saw in the game extend to the drive to the game.
Yeah, and I think some of the players that maybe got to the tower first, right? Dr. Disrespect, I think, was one of the first to the tower. I had an opportunity to get some good loot, got the sniper early, and that obviously paid off. So there is like some strategy to win the race while also not being hamstrung to the idea of, I have to be really good at driving these vehicles to be good at DEADROP, right? It's a totally kind of separate, fun addition to the game. And I was listening to Rob's AMA, and he was talking about how he didn't want the Midnight Ride to be like the main priority, but wanted it to be this really cool addition that everyone would get a chance to have their hands on, have a lot of fun doing it without it being absolutely necessary to your success when you get to the tower.
Something we didn't talk about though is because we're talking about, hey, you get there, you get your preferred loot spot, you can loot in peace, but we also got to see that right away there's players that booked it to the top to get this high ground advantage with loot that, hey, it's good enough to be taking these fights if you're going to be having the one in advantage in a spot. And that's going to be an advantage you can get as well if you can be getting there first, because you have time to, all right, I'm just going to get a couple of guns in my back pocket, book it to the top, and just make this roof my zone.
Yeah, right. And I think obviously high ground is a huge advantage. It's something that players oftentimes prioritize. But sometimes, like we saw in that fight against Dr. Disrespect towards the end, the low ground position can be used for cover as well, right? Like that's the kind of like unique part about DEADROP, of course. Like a lot of these players have experience with extraction shooters, but vertical extraction shooters, a brand new game, totally unique. You've seen it the last several snapshots. It's cool to continue to kind of witness its development.
Though you're saying that, hey, there's these fights from the low angle, I feel like a lot of the time the high angle person's still going to be winning here. We got to see some good strategy, some good sneaking up on other individuals. But if you're the one that has to be pushing up against your will because the freeze is on its way, you're going to be finding yourself in such a tough spot. But our player is not necessarily the most worried about it, unless, of course, they were taking those late game deaths and were trying to scrounge around at the bottom for anything they could before they made their way to the top.
Yeah, and it's fun too, like the customizing of the vehicles in the Midnight Ride, like harkening back to what Rob said, and I think it was cool to obviously see all of our drivers' key packages. And one of the things that Rob said on the AMA too that was really cool is that they have plans in the future to potentially have these vehicles be modular, right, where you can like fully customize them down to spoilers or anything like that for your own vehicle to make it truly unique to you, which is just such a cool value add to the overall experience, especially with the Midnight Ride portion.
Did we ever note that the first car making it to the spawn point was decked out or not? Did we ever get the confirmation?
Know. I think everybody was just trying to get their vehicle on the road. That I don't think anybody really like fully customized. I think I might have saw a 2-time license plate though, so I don't know. You gotta check out that Dr. Disrespect driver key package, of course, with the 2-time license plate and that Blackbird car wrap, and of course those exotic crates that are super cool with all the variety of cosmetics you can find inside of them.
Yeah, you have to make sure that it goes back to skins equal wins, right? You got to make sure you're having that best looking gear when you're going on in the game to try and make your way to the top. And our players getting geared up for the second game. Of course, we do have to give them a moment to breathe a little bit. The game went on for a little bit. You know, our players, we got top tier players here, right? So they need their time.
Now, here's my big question. I think a lot of our creators are going to be going for content. They are content creators after all. You can find them on all the modicum of different social medias that they use, from live streaming platforms like YouTube, where we're live here with Midnight Society, and everything in between. So they're going to be live streaming. They're looking for clips. Let's just be very clear about it, which is why we're going for 360s off the top row. So I know Crypto Stash is looking for some clips for the timeline, and I think he's telling secrets to the camera. I don't know what he's saying. But I'm excited about whatever is going on because his stash is immaculate.
They're saying we're going to see a lot of trick shots, or he's going to be taking Doc down at his own game. I don't know.
Something in between, maybe. I don't know.
something. AK, we have to watch him going into the next game because he's about to deliver some spice.
I love it. Well, it's good to have all of our creators here and all of our founders and everybody else that was able to show up today. Again, you've had a chance to see kind of this overarching view of the arena. There's so many people here that are just excited about what DEADROP's about and what Midnight Society's been cooking up as we're getting some glories. Here we go. There we go. Look how many people are here just kind of crowding the stage, having a great time. The vibes have been fantastic. People have been grabbing drinks and refreshments and taking pictures, and there's even a scavenger hunt around the arena for, I think people have figured this out. There's QR codes like posted all around the arena. It's a scavenger hunt for some giveaways. So we've got all kinds of excitement here. But American Dad squatting dog on main stage, talking smack, getting ready for the next map. We're excited to get back into it. And heard a little bit about American Dad's DCM, of course, as well, with Team Deathmatch. It's always exciting to see him get pumped about everything because he's just always amped up.
100%. Though he might have to work on the drive. I'm pretty sure he fell right off the map to start things off in the last one with the driving. So the crowd, though, look how pumped they are. Look how amazing the fans are that have come out to Las Vegas to celebrate Snapshot 7. You're all awesome. Love you. It's been a great time.
They're all tapped in. They're ready to rock and roll. The Doc getting locked in as well. And Sierra, here's the thing. I think every time you see these content creators kind of put their nose to their monitors, that means we might be about to get into the gameplay here shortly. So headsets on, we're locked in, and the Doc is ready to rock and roll.
Hey, you got third last time. You have to go for that first place this time around. You got to make sure everyone's respecting your name out there. It's so fun, though, to see who's right, like nose in the monitor. We're getting started. Who's like, yeah, we're out here, we're just having a good time. Who's going for the trick shots? You know, it's very different vibes. But I'm hoping we get to see a couple more of those going on in the next one.
Yeah, I think we'll see some trick shots. We'll see some ratty plays. Again, you can play DEADROP however you would like. You can loot up and extract out early, and maybe be that collectibles person. You're trying to grab everything under the sun, and then you might be somebody that is just always going for eliminations. Violence, speed, momentum. That's the motto around these parts, and we've certainly already seen it today. 5-6 eliminations for a couple of these players in the first map.
It's so funny seeing the different strategies going in. Even just taking the early extraction aside, those that are like, I've got my gun and I'm hiding in this court, I'm waiting for the footsteps to come towards me, and those that go, I hear footsteps over there. Over north, I'm running, I'm going. No matter what weapon they have in hand, knowing that if they can get the jump on somebody else, then, well, maybe they're gonna find themselves on top in that fight. So I'm hoping this next time around, we're gonna see everybody going and running to try and find everyone else.
Well, and again, we've got two founders on stage. We've got Killer Joy and Crimson over here on the left-hand side. You're getting a chance to take a peek at them. They're just like you and me, our founders crew that have earned a spot up here on main stage, looking to prove themselves against some of the best of the best. But everybody's got their headsets on, ready to rock and roll. Should be hopping in here shortly for the first, or rather second map, second race, second midnight ride. I'm excited to see kind of as these players tweak their gameplay. Who's going to fly off the map immediately, like we saw in the last one, because everybody's hitting those NOS boosters, everybody's rocking and rolling, going over 150 miles an hour.
I just want to, now at this point, if anyone didn't hear your friendly advice before of equipped a pistol, equipped a SME, get something in your pocket for when you're heading in.
Here we go.
Hopefully they got the note now as we head into our second game here as we're going for that midnight ride.
I don't think they were listening. We've got a shotgun in hand. Wrong weapon. Wait, can we shoot the shotguns out? No, I think we're just getting a free look here. We'll see, maybe. I want to see the shotguns. I was told pistols, SMGs. If you can shotgun out your window, that's even better. But looks like right behind Carmel here up ahead. I love the fact that we're going for, okay, wait, can we make it? Not even close.
No shot.
The ramps, some of them low-key kind of bait. They're actually so hard to hit some of those shots, but as you play the game more and more, maybe you will be able to. But we're going for content. We're going again, and this time we're going to land it because it's the Doc, and the Doc doesn't miss.
Yeah, we don't talk about that first time. We don't talk about that first time. Try to catch up with everyone. We don't talk about this time either. Don't worry. Third time's the charm, right? Gotta catch up to everyone else though, because you can't be shooting back at anyone if you're left alone. You're left in the dust.
Oh yeah, we're hitting the boosters. We're going for every single ramp we can get our hands on.
I don't know if it's gonna turn in the air like that. No.
Here's the thing. I had a chance to play some of this too and get some of the driving under my belt. If you hit the NOS and hit a ramp, you're going to the moon. Like, it is so difficult to land when you're going max speed like that. So, see some of the best drivers and the people that, oh yeah, we're getting involved. Getting involved, throwing people into the wall. Crimson Phoenix in trouble.
Oh, now we're stacking everyone up. It right off the ramp. Respect there, but hey, we're gonna make this jump. We're in the arcade now. We're gonna be catching up to Peppermint. Gonna pass him. Goodbye later.
Goes for a little bounce pass off the wall, sure. The Doc lands those. Peppermint right in front. And Doc's trying to continue to enact his vengeance on Peppermint. Was able to grab him in the last map as well, and people in trouble. Killer Joy now shoots back. Killer Joy knows what he's doing. He's equipping all those SMGs or pistols, trying to decrease the health of these vehicles. They do have 500 HP, so you really got to land your shots if you're going to try to go for these blow-up. Again, everybody will make it there. The question is who's going to be first.
At this point here, 3 ahead, you might not be able to get that premium spot that you want, and you know that someone behind your back, well, they got a gun and they may be coming for you. There it is, a little mad dash. We have to see, though, there is going to be the catch-up. Nice. Nope, we're going for the next tunnel.
Yeah, that's the thing. Uh-oh, in trouble. Going to try to make it to the spawn and does heal up. You see, Doc was actually the first person to use Cube. Again, 5-head plays here from Mr. Dr. Disrespect himself. Heals up his vehicle with the exhaust there and cleans things up and gets right back into the map.
And at this point, most of our players should be getting to the tower, so we'll be able to hop into things, see who's going to be able to take our second map here, and who's going to be getting off to this good start, who's going to be getting that first kill.
And again, you can use E to get that nitro boost, and it's Q where you actually use a fire extinguisher to put out fires in the back, heal up your vehicle. But we're onto the map. I love the cinematics to get into the map as well as everybody's going into their respective spawn points. But as we get started, I love this kind of quad view. You can see everybody in their looting stages, parkouring around the map. Anything they can find, they're going to use. Maximum efficiency. I think one of the key notes here, besides, of course, just looting in general, as it looks like we've got some gunplay down in the bottom left-hand corner, you got to find your resources. Sierra Nomad 2 goes down, 1 elimination up top. If you don't have heals, you're going to be in trouble. We saw that time and time again in the first map. Resource management is key in pretty much every single title, Battle Royale, distraction shooters, and Crimson Phoenix with a shot down range, people dying left, right, and center.
Oh, that was a tough position, too, because already so low health from jumping at the long angle, but all these eliminations coming on through, hey, at least if you get the death out of the way early, you have a chance to re-loot up and retry and make your way up to the top. And it's all about getting these early kills as well. Make sure that you can start grabbing some bandages, you can start hoarding that good loot and start getting a vantage point.
Again, I'm hugely in favor of the SMG. It's, in my opinion, one of the best weapons to utilize. I know some people at home, they like their shotguns, they like everything else. Some of those heavy pistols are really, really cool, especially those animations of spinning it around in your hand. Certainly feel like a cowboy when I'm using it. Pump shotgun's certainly pretty strong as well. I know Rob likes his shotgun, so I'll give some credit to the shotgun users.
I don't know if it's good at that range, though. That's swapping out to a pistol. Take a couple of these shots. These weapons at range, though, a little bit difficult. That's so much damage gone. Hey, if you can hide around this corner with the shot, though, that might be able to help you out.
The range shotgun. If you have the range shotgun, you can hit these shots and maybe take down your opponent. It's going to be a tough one, but we're pushing the equation.
Let's go!
Rob says shotguns. I say yes, sir. No problem at all. One elimination to the side of our patient player. Knew what play style they needed to play, and they executed it.
Absolutely perfect. Now trying to find a little bit of health. We got to go run around for that, because that was definitely a fight, but shot in the back just at that last second.
Crypto Stash, I think he said something about he was here to play. Apparently he's playing, he's balling out, finds an elimination. And I think Doc's playing a little shoddy snipe combo here. Sniper on one, pump shotgun on the other. Pretty good combo, especially if you play iron sights. Again, you can kind of use it as that middle range, even medium close range, you can hit those shots.
My favorite gun combination, honestly.
Shoddy snipes?
Oh, 100%, 100%. And being able to get right off of the gate here. Try and find those shots, try and find those footsteps around you and sneak up on them. Looks like he feels like there's somebody around.
Yeah, I'll tell you this. Doc's always talking about his audio. Yeah, we're killing some harvesters, we're killing some cleaners down below, but Doc's talking about audio. Don't worry, there's audio in game. We're playing, and those footsteps are loud. You can hear them coming. You can prepare yourself. Maybe you can push the equation and try to catch your opponent by surprise, but they'll hear that stomping.
We're playing on hard mode with this lack of health over here. The shots from miles away. The push up scout gone. It's always the worst when you're dying to one of the scouts, harvesters, or anything off of the gate as opposed to somebody else. It's like that next level VM. You're not even hiding back around the corner.
We're playing team games here. We've got some teammates on each other's squad. I don't know if this was pre-planned before or not, but Dr. Lupo looks like he's playing with a teammate, and again, so something that was added in the past. You can actually have teammates on your team. It's not just solos all the time, so good to see that again on main stage. And I don't know if this was on purpose or if they prepared this. Maybe Lupo was finding a cheat code, but he's finding an elimination downrange. Crypto Stash goes down. Shotgun into auto pistol, just close enough to find the elimination.
And now go get your prize here. Okay, get a prize. Not too much on that body, but hey, if we're going to be able to see some squad action here in the doubles, it's always so nice to be able to hop in, because you're talking about those footsteps in a round. Here, it's always nice when those footsteps, you know it's a friend and not an enemy.
Yeah, that's exactly right. I will say, too, if we saw that in the inventory, Dr. Lupo picked up a spray can. Another way you can kind of customize your vehicles. It's not all car wraps. You can find some spray cans for some minor customizations to your vehicles. So try to find those, collect them, and then, of course, you got to extract or, well, dead drop to get all of your loot out of here. But Lupo was talking a lot of trash on 2 eliminations already. This time around, maybe living up to the trash talk. We'll see if he can continue that success.
Yeah, this is the opportunity now. First game, we got to see a lot of highlights, but he was watching the highlights on the side of Doc's monitor there, so excited to see this trash talk come to fruition this time around. We'll see if he'll be able to find the Doc and be able to exact that trash talk 1v1.
Yeah, Lupo needs some revenge. A lot of people were cheering him on to win the first map, and it didn't look like it went his way. Doc's gonna maybe turn on or off proximity chat, maybe yell at his opponents while he's killing them. I don't know. I'm here for it though.
Hey, why talk the trash just beforehand? Do it during as well. That's one of the funs of this. You want to be able to make sure everybody knows what's up. Everybody knows their place out here.
Well, I know a lot of our community members have had a lot of fun when we're doing our Friday or Saturday evening gameplay sessions, you know, talking in proxy chat, right? They're all looting, they're checking out the map, they're maybe getting all the things they want and extracting, then sometimes people get really aggressive, talk some trash while they're killing you, and maybe killing you over and over and over again. But if you're somebody like Z-Laner, you're probably shooting bodies as well. It's part of the competition, it's part of the fun.
I mean, yeah, there's nothing more that you want to do when you're hiding behind a box waiting for somebody with a shotty to tease and taunt them a little bit. Like,
Sure,
come here,
sure.
like, I'm waiting, I'm here for you. And be able to, you know, spray the body out and after some bullets after you get that kill. But hey, we're gonna get some ammo. Things have been pretty quiet right now.
A couple player is seemingly eliminated kind of off screen. Again, Dr. Lupo has a small advantage here of having a teammate. He's finding shotguns and shotguns and shotguns, but it's just looking for more and more resources. If there's anybody that is accustomed to finding resources, it's certainly Dr. Lupo. Has a ton of experience in extraction shooters and spots an enemy downrange, but it goes for the heal off instead, gets a little bit of information. We're seeing some tactical nades. I love it. Lupo knows what he's doing.
Not gonna run away, just hiding on the other end, just daring to get pushed. And push he will be, taking a bunch of damage. A little runaway, a little reposition.
Wow.
That's gonna be Dr. Disrespect to take him down.
The Doc on top over the other, well, we'll call him a doctor. Dr. Disrespect being the superior doctor yet again. Lupo gonna have to find it in the next map, find it within himself, yelling at the crowd. Don't worry, you got a few fans left, Dr. Lupo, but they're running thin with Dr. Disrespect, stealing all the fame and glory. One elimination to his name, and it's only on Dr. Lupo.
He was saving it for him. That's it.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
At this point now, hey, you got your kill, you got your mark, you can start looking for more. That's gonna be shots at range, tagged, but tagged back in return. I'm gonna just kind of get out of there.
They can take some of the elevators up top, move around this map in a couple different ways. Again, it's a vertical extraction shooter. Gameplay is quite vertical. So many different ways to move up to the next layers. I know Rob and Quinn have been talking about that now for several snapshots. There's ladders, there's elevators, there's everything in between. You can even climb up some pipes, by the way, on this map. So a ton of different ways. Zip lines, of course, especially if you have the zipline thruster to get around the map. That mobility, the movement that you heard a couple of our players talking about, so key to the success of titles like this. Slowly but surely grabbing every piece of loot they can. Any small advantage, always a good one to try to grab for your inventory, whether it's attachments or otherwise, but it comes down to raw skill at the end of the day.
There was somebody lurking around here though. Shots fired at Doc as he entered this level, but they don't seem to quite want to engage, so he's gonna have to go find a new target. Sight set on one unsuspecting victim just going around the top.
Yeah, we're shooting pixels, quite literally maybe just a singular pixel at that distance. DMAR, a very strong weapon as well. Maybe not quite as strong as a sniper at that range. Yeah, we're in trouble!
Oh, get out of there!
Run, Doc, run! Not worth sticking around for that. We already know how. Oh, no! Too many of them! Too low of health. Guards, cleaners, harvesters, scouts, everything in between. Gotta be careful.
Gotta be careful. That was unfair though. You're popping around a corner.
Many.
There's two of them there. You run out the door. There's another one. Hey, odds were stacked up against you at that point. That one ain't your fault, Doc.
Looking back, and obviously we got a chance to look at Doc's POV, but they still only have 1 or 2 more players left in the map, make it 4. I'm looking down at the stage, and well, American Dad looks quite locked in, so I'm not sure if this is his perspective, but certainly should be one of the remaining 4 players are now in trouble! Lima Bravo, whoever you are, great shots. That was not close, and that was American Dad POV!
The caster curse fruition right there.
Job's not done though.
Not at all. And here, that's going to be Caramel going down as well. Here we are getting the later game. It's going to be this 1v1, and I don't think we're going to have to wait for too long for this one to come to an end.
All right, one half of Drippin' Heat. Z Laner himself here to win it for the folks at home. We got a lot of people cheering for Z today. I saw a lot of people in chat, a lot of people in the timeline saying, hey, if it's not Dr. Disrespect winning it all, we want Z Laner. We want it bad. We'll see, though. 5 eliminations for this player. They do find a little bit of resources to heal back up, and time to make the shots if it's not a player. No, just killing some guards. Maybe a little revenge for Dr. Disrespect, but here's your other player. A sniper in hand. Sierra, I might lend, as long as we can clean up some of these cleaners, I might lend the advantage to the sniper.
Yeah, this is where things get dangerous as well, because those guards, they put in the work.
Different.
And that is going to be the difference there to get the victory in the second match.
Hey, I'm looking back. That's one of our founders winning it all. I said watch out for them. They know what they're doing. They've played this game a ton, and one of our founders on main stage winning it all. There it is. Quick look at our founders. Give it up for our founders. We're having a victory. Incredible. Well done, my friend. Gotta feel good on main stage.
Great stuff coming out. Being able to take that map too. Looking at these creators, going up against people like Doug, going up against Dr. Lupo, being able to get this win in front of everyone, absolutely amazing. Really good game this time around as well.
Again, both of our founders here on the left-hand side, we got Killer, Joy, and Crimson. Very well done, my friends. And I think American Dad was top 4, Z-Laner top 3 at the end of the day. But overall, a fantastic map number 2. I'm having a blast casting over the game and just seeing the perspectives of all of our players.
I hope everybody here is having a blast being able to watch this, because this has just been such an amazing time so far, being able to watch these creators. Not as many trick shots as I would have liked, but we got to see these creators squaring off, and that's been more than enough for me.
Well, yeah, this is such a unique opportunity that these 12 players have, right? There's only these 12 players that have an opportunity to win a game of Snapshot. Squatting Dog. My mom is not going to pick up. No, she's not picking up, Squatting. There's no way she's picking up for you. That's insane. I think my mom's at work. What are we doing? Oh, my gosh. No, what I was saying is it's just a unique opportunity, because as much as we love content farming, we want to throw those clips on the timeline. You only have a certain number of games that you can win on main stage in Vegas at the HyperX Arena for Snapshot 7. This is such a cool opportunity, and of course, our founders on stage being able to win it all is such a kind of a nod to the community at large, and the community has been backing DEADROP for so long.
And the community is what makes DEADROP what it is, to be honest. I mean, it would not be able to make it to this point. All this passion, all this love being poured into the game just makes everything so much more thrilling going on forward.
Totally agree. Looking back on the arena here, energy is still loud, excited. We've got some Dr. Disrespect cosplay out in the community as well. The Doc's locked in.
This is his time. He's got it this time. He's got it this time. He got the kill he was looking for. Now it's time to go for that entire win.
Look, they don't call him for the 2-time for no specific reason. Back to back.
Nope.
Blockbuster champion. Ethiopian Caterpillar on his upper lip. Founders backing him. Get a chance to look at Ames. Get a chance to look at Carmel and Peppermint. The twins on main stage. Lupo. I'm seeing headsets on. Sierra, we might be getting into this third match here pretty quickly.
I really hope we do, because I want to know who is going to be able to take down this one. Whether the Dog can be coming out on top, if we're going to see another founder win, or if we're going to have a new champion rise to the top here as we head into our final game of the day. And of course, it's going to be a fast one to be starting it out.
Well, we've got some exciting stuff to talk about, of course. We're going to get a chance to look back at our midnight ride yet again. I got to talk about something special, by the way. I don't know if the players can hear me. They might not know here, Sierra. We're playing for a trophy. I'm going to talk a little bit more about that trophy here shortly. But whoever wins this last map will walk away with a trophy to take home, all courtesy of Matt Lackey. Shout out to Matt Lackey in the community, Big Cadillac, as you might know him there on socials. Custom created a trophy for this event. You gotta earn it though, and I don't think we're gonna be able to make it over this ramp going 70 miles an hour here, Doc. We need a little runway to make it. Little boosters?
Absolutely wrong. The third time, you can do it this time, I believe.
Bang! We gotta get some room to work with. All right, we landed that time.
Let's go. Absolutely robbed by that respawn right in front. You gotta be careful. These ramps, they're dangerous. They're unsuspecting. And they could be hammering this time to be starting off so badly.
The ramps bait you into, right? You respawn right in front of them. You're like, I got enough room. So you hit that nitro boost. Nitro boost again is E. You can see it kind of charge back up. Use that boost. You can get back to max speed really quickly. There we go. Doc's locked in, ready to rock and roll. And again, the Q is the fire extinguisher. That's how you heal your vehicle. It does go on a kind of a refresh timer as well, so you can't just spam it. But if you get shot down, you're getting low, you can use the fire extinguisher on Q to kind of heal yourself up a little bit. We're playing around with mechanics. We're learning the game. And again, everybody's going to make it there. The question is when.
Well, I don't think Doc has to worry about anyone shooting at him. The Midnight Ride's going to be a quiet one with all those mid shots. It's just going to be a catch-up game. Try to find anyone else. You might not be getting your premium loot spot here.
I think we might be heading all the way to our final spawn point. We'll see. Doc makes his choices when he wants to make his choices. I think he was going to try to shoot the gap on that one, and it was going to be tough to sneak through there. Door was closing. He's going to take our last spawn point.
Hey, you tried. You tried. Why not go for it? But this is going to be an opportunity for everyone else to be hopping into the map, start looting up, try and start getting advantageous positions. So it'll be a little bit of a catch-up game for Doc heading into this.
Well, he's headed to shipping, so I don't mind this spot for loot. I think Doc knows what he's doing here. Did that on purpose. Doc, everything Doc does is on purpose, and we're already down at
Before
least
missed ramp shots on purpose?
Yeah, oh, absolutely. Okay. We're testing mechanics. We're getting the handle on vehicles. Doc's going to go play some DCMs after this, maybe high octane capture the flag, and he's going to be the most experienced. It's as simple as that.
That's true. That high octane capture the flag, the cars are already so chaotic. I cannot wait to get into that mode a little bit more. But for right now, we got to focus on the right here, right now. As you were saying, it's not just going to be who's coming out on top, who's going to be the champion in our third and final match of the day, but it's who's going to be taking home this trophy.
Yeah, and again, we're looting up our resources here, and yeah, we've got a custom-made trophy, again, courtesy of Matt Lackey. We'll talk a little bit more about that, show that here on stream shortly. But we're back to Dr. Lupo, and yet again, Lupo not only trying to do some parkour here, looking for some enemies downrange, but also, I think, playing as a duo. So he's got a partner on the other side, and nice shots from Lupo from distance. A little bit of warning shots, a little bit of depleting of resources, but it's going to kind of address this fight from another angle.
Hey, if you can sneak around, you're able to do this without being caught. This angle could be absolutely everything. The scope out was kind of waiting, but nobody's going to be re-aggressing right for now. Will be a little bit of a moment of peace here.
Lupo looting up again, a little bit in an ammo deficit here. Only 40 bullets to his name for the SMG, and I think low on the AR side as well, and getting shot from behind. Try to back up. Does have some heals if he wants to. Could go DMR. I don't mind it, but SMG is certainly one of my favorite weapons to utilize.
I'm saying don't have your back turned to that door. You just got shot at. You don't want to get pushed while you're trying to loot. And turning, almost just in time, but Peppermint's going to be getting the upper hand there. That'll be the first eliminate. That'll be the first kill here.
Yeah, okay, I gotta say, where's Rob at? Rob said he likes the shotguns. Apparently they're pretty good. Guards trying to climb ladders? Yeah, I don't think so, says Doc. One down and a couple people around him. Wants to make sure he's not going to get cleaned up by any more of these AI. We got to take care of business around these parts.
Yeah, that's it. We already got to see that the triple guards were able to get the better of Doc last time around. You want to make sure you're not going to be suffering that same fate this time around. Shots from the distance. Start dealing that damage, take that scout out of there.
Well, it's worth doing because oftentimes they have pretty decent loot on them, whether you're looking for a specific weapon, they might have LMG, they might have DMR or what have you. So it's not a bad play to do, and you can kind of just not worry about your flanks as much if there's not that many guards around. Doc's still looking for loot though, gonna go down. Gonna pick up some loot from the Harvester, and well, not a lot to write home about on that one. Again, not worried about an LMG. Doc wants his SMG, he's got his deep freeze SMG, ready to rock and roll, and gonna continue looting around, find his way to the upper ropes, as it were. I wonder if somebody's already on roof, Sierra. Already kind of holding down high ground position, waiting on their competition to climb these ladders, climb these pipes, run up these ramps and everything in between.
I bet this trophy on it, honestly. In this lobby, there's already going to be someone up there that out of the gate, because we got to see Doc was one of the last people to be able to get to the field, so someone's going to be up there waiting, but there's still people on these lower levels, and Doc caught a little bit of a glimpse of them just out of sight, but not quite out of mind. A couple throwos up there. See if he can get up this ladder and get an angle.
Again, resources are everything. He's got a little bit of heals, might have just used his last one to get back up near full. I think everybody in the arena here is hearing those footsteps, Doc included. Slowly but surely looking for his competition.
Looking around, gotta loot on the way. You know, you never stop looting, never stop looting. But there's gonna be danger around here somewhere, and you do want to make sure you're ready, because those footsteps are deafening. They have to be so close.
Hearing some loot being moved above. Doc checking all of his corners, sliding in and out. Looking for an elimination or two as a couple of our extraction points are being opened up. You've got the zipline extraction and the chopper extraction point. I don't think anybody here on main stage is looking to extract, at least not yet.
Doc not even glancing over that way. There's still those footsteps abound. Got to find them. We got to see the kills onto the scout, onto the harvester. We want to be able to see some of those kills on the other participants out on that stage.
Looking back at our stage being set and our players, it looks like Lupo's in a bit of trouble. Z-Laner may have just respawned a moment ago. Still got a couple lives between everybody at this point. People spawning in and out. We'll see what happens in this next one. We got 11 players onto the map still. Make it 10.
Shots. And in the final match, this is not one where you want to be pested early. You want to make sure you can try and make it to the end here for the chance at that trophy. As this goes on, Doc might not be finding the fights. He might not be finding the kills here, but is going to be able to, not yet, but is slowly getting the loot to help out in these fights and finding himself a nice little high ground angle, but there's somebody already there. American Dad already holding it down.
American Dad finds himself on the roof, got him there first, but unfortunately Doc tries to sneak up from behind, and American Dad turns, snaps, grabs an elimination. Job's not done here if you're Dr. Disrespect, but that's a tough one, especially with the loot he had. Was looking pretty strong, and I think it's one of those moments, I've been there 1,000 times, where you're like, oh, this is the freest kill in the world, you kind of just casually take it, and unfortunately American Dad makes some great shots to close this thing out. We're taking a look back at some of our founders here on the main stage to see both of our founders can grab a win. No! Peppermint goes crazy. Turns, snipe, shot, see you later. The freeze is rising, and our founders are in trouble.
And at this point, this is where more and more people are going to be pushing their way up, and those who have already tested, already gotten to these high ground positions are really going to be able to profit, or should be able to, as long as they can be hitting these shots. American Dad still kind of skirting around the outside here. This can be so dangerous because, as we saw before, Doc was running up and didn't know anyone was there until it was too late.
Yeah, I like this position again, getting to roof early. Shipping hub roof. Again, this is the final extraction point. Plenty of time until that actually comes into play. Everyone's slowly creeping up to the high ground. But American Dad is trying to be the ruler of the high ground. There's a reference there that I won't get into that includes Star Wars, but you know what I'm talking about.
Well, he was succeeding so far, but missed shots and has to be falling back. Might be losing that title real fast. Able to get to safety for the moment. A little bit of a repeat, though.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh,
American Dad
great.
knows what he's doing here, Sierra. I gotta say, taking out the SMG from that distance was pretty aggressive. I don't mind it, but... Oh, no! Oh, no! Missed the ledge! Such a high IQ play to re-wrap. Go around the other side. But fall damage reigns supreme again. American Dad goes down. Oh, that's tough.
The only saving grace in that whole thing is dying in such a weird spot. You might be able to go get your own stuff.
Yeah, maybe, honestly.
So, hey, at least you're dying there, not quite on the roof where you're never going to be able to recover your stuff.
Right, Squatting Dog. Good friend of mine, and I was talking about him earlier. He's a creative genius when it comes to things like ECMs, but uh-oh! Dr. Disrespect in the corner says, I don't care about your creativity. I'm gonna put a gun in your face.
The sneaky little corner play, too. You must have heard him coming, snuck up on that corner. Hey, you gotta be so careful of that. Those corners are deep, and nobody has time to be checking those corners running around here. Let's be honest.
Dash on screen. Opportunity to put some clips on the timeline. She said she was gonna hunt down Dr. Disrespect himself. They're both still on the map, so still possible. She calls herself Dr. Dash Respect and some other titles, so a battle for the title, as it were.
Just hey, she's checking the corner, so honestly, she might be able to find him here with that strategy. So love to see that coming out. Almost a step too far, but hey, no, she knows what she's doing.
My hands kind of get sweaty every time people look over the edge like that. You're half your foot hanging off. Like, oh gosh.
Someone scared of heights looking over those edges. I tell you, it do be a scary feat sometime. But it seems like this little angle over here, this little corner, a little bit more quiet, a little bit more peaceful.
Again, the freeze is rising, so we got to slowly move up to the top here. The question is, where are these opponents? And maybe, yeah, looking for some loot. I mean, I think I saw Dash was racking the burst pistol and the auto pistol, so albeit both pretty strong weapons, not bad. Really looking for something a bit more long range. Saw what happens when you try to use something like an SMG at long range. Medium range, maybe. At a longer range, that means hitting for 6. It's just not enough in comparison to something, of course, like a sniper, LMG even. The bullet hose is what I call it.
I mean, at this point, everything is so picked over as people getting their loot, trying to make their way back up to the top where they've lost their previous loot. So, Hey, we'll have to see if she can get lucky and find something here, but I think it might be a rocking with the pistol until the end now, especially approaching the roof, approaching the top. Have to see who's here, have to see who's around, who's ratting just down below. There's enough bags here, might be able to find something though.
Yeah, she picked up the bag. Again, you can kind of carry the bag, you can pick it up. Oh, there's somebody down there. He's gonna zip down on the player. Can't get your opponent. No! Oh, Dash. I love the audacity to zip down on your opponent. Burst pistol in hand, just not enough damage to take down one of the last remaining players.
Hey, respect. If that's the drop that you can get on somebody, you have that pistol, be able to pick up all of their loot. When you have the pistols, you gotta go aggressive too. You gotta go home. Dr. Respect, he's not gonna let anyone else pull a sneaky little corner trick on him. He's gonna be checking that. He's gonna get that kill.
Come on, son. I think that's what he said. I don't know. I'm not a lip reader. But he's locked in. 3 eliminations thus far. Total of 4 still on the map. DMR with the scope. Got the long range. Got the close range. Playing these corners well. Doc could win it all on the last map. Maybe win his own trophy. I don't know. We'll see. There's still time clicking on the clock. I think that was Z-Laner maybe going down. Looking at the stage, it looks like we've got a Founder still in. Maybe Caramel still in. We got Doc still in. Here we go.
Playing for everything right now. Have to see if the Doc can be victorious in this third match of the day. Kind of just playing this one little hallway spot, kind of peeking around and back and forth. Oh, are we hiding back in the corner? No, we're gonna do.
We need some more resources. We need some health. Plenty of attachments to go around. The 4th player, by the way, is Dash. Did have another life. Just gonna slowly play some of these angles. When we need to wrap, we need to get the cover, we need to do so quickly.
Gotta be so careful going around these two. They know that at this angle, anybody can be lurking. And you know, with them playing so cautiously, somebody's there, and hey, it might be guards, but you still want to get away from that.
Yeah, honestly, not worth your time, not worth your resources at this point. Only 2 players remaining? Might have another life to go around. 3 eliminations still, but 2 players left. Here we go.
Something's been going down. Then it's all down to the 1v1 now.
Oh, here we go.
And they know where the other is. 2 different approaches. We're going on the straight on through, trying to push, and the waiting around the outside, waiting to get pushed.
2 players left. Shots being fired. Connects on a couple. Gotta be careful of some of these cleaners, especially into the late game. Pushing the encounter though! Carmel goes down! Job's not done yet. Yes, it is! Dr. Disrespect wins the last map of the day. He says, that's easy. I'm different. The crowd goes wild.
The shrug, everything else was for content. We talked about people playing for content, and letting the others take the wins was the content here, showing that, hey, when the time is right, when it's necessary, yeah, he's capable of pulling out that win. Why wouldn't he?
Well, look, it's only fitting that Dr. Disrespect wins the last map of the day and wins this custom-made trophy. Shout out to Matt Lackey. Shout out to Big Cadillac on Twitter, part of the DEADROP community. Custom made this trophy for the event. I was tuning into that AMA, and Rob was like, yeah, he just said he's going to make it like 8 days before, and we're going to use it. So this is what we're using it for, and I think Dr. Disrespect won it. So I think I'm going to have to run down there and hand it to him here shortly. But huge congratulations, of course, to Dr. Disrespect. And congratulations to everyone that's here. We've got some highlights from the last map. This has been such a fun Snapshot event. Let's take a look back on that final map. I gotta say, shotguns are so good. Close range here.
That's the secret going into here. You got hiding around the corner.
The upper hand there.
Amazing.
Proof is in the pudding, by the way. I think we've proven who the best doctor is. Heavy pistol shots down below, crypto stats going down. I love everybody being able to utilize all the weapons they can find and use them. Man, I'm telling you, heavy pistol goes crazy, but not enough for Peppermint.
Not
crazy
But
enough,
slowly getting
not
the loop
crazy
to
enough.
help out in
That
these
is
fights
for
and find
sure.
himself a nice
And
little
the
high ground angle, but there's somebody already there.
Yeah, this was
American
early in that
Dad
last
already
round,
holding
right?
it
We had
down.
American Dad kind of there early, had the high ground position, and they ended up launching his dad. Like, is that final fight different if American Dad doesn't fall off the map? It could have been him, and here's that moment we're talking about. Such a great grab, and just didn't quite turn his POV enough to grab the edge. That's brutal.
You can't put that in the highlight reel,
Oh,
man.
you
That
have
is
to.
no. Unfortunately, that especially had that first kill. This last map, that was definitely one full of the roller coasters.
The corner campers were in. Dox was able to find one and be one. And I believe this is our final fight. Great win, down to 2 HP in the final fight to win the trophy.
Back to back indeed. I do believe that was first place in the final match at Dallas for Doc and first place in the final match here in Vegas for Dr. Disrespect as well. I want to say thank you so much to everyone joining us today. I know you guys have seen a lot of fun gameplay and a lot of great action, but we've got something else very important to do, Rob, and I know there's a few people you want to bring on stage.
As I said, this is the first time that the entire development team at Midnight Society has been able to be in the same place at the same time. Most importantly, to spend time with you. So get to know their faces. These are the men and women responsible for it. We have been at this for a year and a half, and we are just getting started. And we are going to be driven by your feedback, your input. So we're done here on stage. We're going to be mingling with you, hanging out. Come up to us, talk to us, let us know what you think. But most importantly, thank you guys, girls, everybody on this team. It would not be possible without everybody in this room.
Thank you again, everyone. Look, with the dedication of this incredible crew behind me and the enthusiasm and passion of all the variants and all the followers of DEADROP and Midnight Society, thank you so much for joining us here today. As Rob said, there is going to be a meet and greet with Doc, so you can please line up on the far side of the stage for that as we wrap, as well as a line if you want to sit down and get your hands on Snapshot 7. That's going to be in the back side of the room, so make sure you line up both. Thank you again, and have a wonderful rest of your night, guys. Bye-bye.
Dr. Disrespect, so I don't know how it's gonna go. The doc was telling me he's gonna be slamming some people here shortly, and it looks like I think he might be making fun of Z later on his controller. That is cool though, right? Just really, really cool to see.
It's really cool to see it evolve going on forward as well. So already the game seems, I mean, it's so much fun to play. It's so much fun to be dropping in and to see that expanding on further with ideas such like this Midnight here though. Kind of going around that top distraction point, and that's gonna be the engagement instantly down. Already 3 kills on the board, going for a 4th.
Shooting bodies already.
Its own little pacing, because some of those modes look absolutely chaotic.
Yeah, no, totally agree. And it's really cool too because obviously we have our 6 feet DCM that we didn't get a chance to really talk to OMA Monster about. The roof, this is the kind of last extraction point. There is the chopper extraction. So a moment ago, the dot goes down. Oh!
Excited to see as well who's going to be the master going on in our next game as well to start things off. Look at that. Like, we got to see more. I want to see the shots this time around.
Well, the 2-time back-to-back Next level, ready to lock it in. Z shooting body, shooting people from distance. Look, Sierra, I don't know if you see it. Like I was saying before, we got Crypto Stats joining us as well. Apparently Z and I look kind of similar creators after all. You can find them on all the modicum of different social medias that they use, from live streaming platforms like... But our founders, give it up for our founders! You're having a victory! Incredible, well done. I gotta say, taking out the SMG from that distance was pretty aggressive. I don't mind it, but... Oh no! Oh no! Missed the ledge! Such a high IQ play to re-wrap. Go he's a creative genius when it comes to things like DCMs, but uh-oh! Dr. Disrespect in the corner says, I don't care about your creativity.
Fun with the driving, so the crowd, though, look how pumped they are. Look how amazing the fans are that have come out to Las Vegas to celebrate Snapshot 7. You're all awesome. Love you. It's been a great...